Beats Planet.
Got a unmute here and a unmute there and a unmute there. My phones are indeed lit. Yes. I'm going to hit that button. Boom. Come back OBS. Straighten the camera. Bam. Hit talk. Woo. What's up, y'all? Doski Woski. Peasky Whiskey Free. Make sure my sound is straight. My sound is good. I'm gonna go over and grab my big headphones in a second because those sound better. Let me just hit this button one time because I feel like we've earned this somehow. I can't explain how we've earned. That's a lie. I can't explain it. I can fully explain what happened to you, but I just feel like we've earned this. We deserve this. Just. I feel like we've earned that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we deserve it. Let me give you one more. Let me give you specifically what happened? My headphones charged enough? Hell no. We got a little more time. My headphones ain't even charged enough to go do it. Listen, let me explain to you. Let me explain to you why I feel so great about what just happened. Okay? Let me just explain to you what just happened. We're in a situation, we're not getting war call no more, we lost. But we're in a situation where we're looking for things in particular. We're looking for specific things. We're not looking for team wins at this point, okay? We're looking to do a certain thing in draft season because that's just where we are. We're in draft mode. So we're looking for more small wins opposed to big ones, you know? What's so what is a small win, Voch? We lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers. What do you consider a small win? Well, we know for sure, for positive, Randy Gregory's coming back and he's only making $38 next year. I think that deserves it. That deserves something. You know, we always talk this thing. Set it off. Chris is on the phone. We're going to get to him in a little bit. But we talk about mid-season form, right? Mid-season form is a thing. But I always talk about how there are certain guys like Randy, there's Aldon Smith. They just roll out the bed ready to boogie. They roll out the bed ready to rock. So we know we feel good about those guys. Aldon Smith wasn't up for trade, so in my mind, maybe we have a plan upon bringing him back. If he wants to hold us down, he's 32 next year, and he wants to sign like a 1 year, $8 million or so, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get those pass rushers back because it seems like we're getting a groove. I like the notion of D-Law, Randy, and Aldon so that we don't have to worry about necessarily needing young pass rushers to step up and play for us next year. That's a win. Let's hit a button for the win. Let's hit it. Okay. Okay. We know that the Pittsburgh Steelers offense is one of the more prolific offenses in the league. You know, they may not be the Chiefs or the Dak Prescott Cowboys for that matter, but we know that they are a good offense with a ton of receiving options and they can do some things in the run game, regardless of whoever it is in the run game, because it could be Antonio damn Gibson or whoever the hell running the football, the third string character for the Cleveland Browns. It seems like it was just so easy to run the ball on the Cowboys, and we saw real improvement in the run game. That's a small win for us, you know? You know? Neville Gallimore, right? We talk about mid-season form. You know, these young guys, they're not just able to just roll up unless they're like first-round talents or so. They're not just guys that are just going to roll out the bed and be great unless they like one of them top-tier Bosa children or something like that. So guys like Tristan Hill need to sit around and grow for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying Neville Gallimore is ready right now, but Neville Gallimore is definitely showing improvements, you know, and we're getting a better forecast of who he is. Why? Half because, you know, we're just forced to play him, right? That's one big issue. We're just forced to play him. But two, it's not like he's curling up while we're playing him. He's actually showing us good things. I think we deserve one for that. I think if Garrett Gilbert can continue to improve, I think this was his first full-blown start. If he continues to improve, maybe we have a future Dallas Cowboys second backup quarterback type situation. So when 4 goes away, do I feel good about Garrett Gilbert running this thing for 3 games if something were to happen to Rain Dakota and Rain Dakota take over the rest? Sure, I feel good about Garrett Gilbert over guys like Ben, over guys like Andrew. I'm not gonna call him Andy. He don't deserve it. Over guys like Andrew, over guys like Cooper Rush. You know what I'm saying? So I feel solid about Garrett Gilbert. And it's not just that, you know, he did it against anybody. He did it against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I have a response to him doing it against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but let's hit a war call for him doing it. Let's just give him one of that. Let's give him one of that. Let's just kind of give him one of them. You know what I'm saying? But we got a ton of small wins, but at the end of the day, the loss is kind of what helps us the most. You know what I mean? It helps us in the long run. You see what I'm saying? Diggs was solid. Donovan Wilson had another solid game. I want to see him continue to play more. The wide receiver guys are going to do what they're going to do. I didn't want to see Tyler right there, man. I didn't want to see him not out there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I didn't want to see from him necessarily. I wanted to see him more so not have his hamstring give him issues. I wanted to see Tyler play as many games as we possibly could. I'm ready to move on from Joe Looney. I have a response about how the Pittsburgh team played. We'll cross that road when we get there. But I think we had a pretty solid showing, man. I think midseason form is a real thing. I talk about it for a reason. And I think we showed a lot of improvements, man. I wasn't ready to say it last week because, you know, Philly is terrible as well. You know what I mean? So I wasn't going to give us credit for beating up on Philly, but it seems like we're making the proper moves to get better on defense, and I have an observation as I hit my last war call for the night. This ain't my water. I got another. Oh, there we go. Okay. See, that's how much water I drink. I got a lukewarm water just on the table. I'm like, where the hell this water came from? I'm going to reach back here and get the one that's fresh out the refrigerator with a little bit of chill on it. So what I noticed about the Pittsburgh Steelers in particular, as I take a sip, we played better, but let's not deny the fact half of the Pittsburgh Steelers played down to their competition. Let's just be fair there, you know. And when the Pittsburgh Steelers got into their groove, they look like who they're supposed to be, and we look like who we were supposed to be. So let's just be fair there. I think the Pittsburgh offense were themselves. I just think we played really well on defense. I think the only reason Garrett Gilbert looked good and Terrance still looked serviceable and Tony and Zeke was kind of able to get off in the way that they were getting off, I think it's because the Pittsburgh Steelers defense played down to us. You know what I'm saying? I seen Dante Fowler terrorize Terrance Steele. TJ Watt was supposed to eat that dude lunch all day. You know what I mean? We weren't supposed to be able to get off like that. We weren't supposed to be able to run the ball that way. That's a great defense that we played against. And I noticed because you saw the flashes of them, right? You saw them flash really okay one day, but then, you saw them flash okay one play, but then you saw them flash terribly another time. You know what I'm saying? So that's just that. We got a weird game from Connor Williams today, but I think that's kind of what happens when you have Joe Looney at center. But, you know, we'll cross that road whenever we get there. But I think for the most part, the offensive line played as good as we say that they play, because, you know, I kind of grade them on a curve anyway. I think the offensive line played as good as they were going to play in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like, oh, boy, our offensive line's terrible. No, they were as bad as they normally are. But, you know, we're just building puzzle pieces. You know what I'm saying? Cam Fleming came out one play, and Zach Martin went to tackle for one play, and Cam came back, and Zach Martin went right on back to guard. You know what I'm saying? I'm not buying Mike McCarthy's excuse of you know, we're trying to build continuity in our offensive line, because every week there's been a brand new offensive line lineup, so there's no continuity being built, sir. So why not put your best guys out there? I think Zach Martin either tap somebody on the shoulder and say, I don't want to play guard, or I don't want to play tackle, or, you know, Joe Philbin is just simply incompetent. Whatever it is, it's out of our control. It's totally out of our control, and I don't think that there's anything that we could do about it. Being fans on the Twitter machine is not going to make any change happen. So it is what it is there. Shouts out to the 600 or so people that's watching right now. I appreciate y'all for being here. Hit the like button. If you want to call into the show, the number's on the screen, 515-606-5187, access code 309104. If y'all want to get into that, and you may have a question about anything, you may want to respond to the game, or you just kind of want to get in touch with the show. It's a lot of people hit my email, dog. Like, they'll hit my email. Yo, Voch, I know you don't know me, right? But I watch your show, man. Been watching for a minute. I never said nothing to you in your life before. You never heard of me before, right? But can I get your personal number so I can talk football with you? You know what I'm saying? Just, I know you got the show or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Can I talk to you personally? You know what I mean? And the answer is no. I appreciate you for tuning in. The answer is no, but that's what this is for. You know what I mean? I know a lot of entities don't allow, their audience to communicate with them directly, but that's what these shows are for. I do a lot of interaction on Twitter. I do a lot of interaction on Patreon. Patreon lit, by the way. We're doing college film session over there right now, and we've broken down like 9 guys. If you want to check out some of the long form college film sessions, go check out my Patreon, patreon.com/vochlombardiyt. It's in the description. Go check it out. And then we have this whole miscellaneous phone number that's not my phone number. And you can call into this show and whatever conversation you want to have with Voch Lombardi, foul. That's what it's for. Pardon me. I ain't want to talk to me in third person like that. If you want to have a conversation with me, the number's there. Bam. There you go. Call into the show. We can talk. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, though, let's boogie. Let's boogie, man. I ain't gonna, I ain't got much analysis. I gave my analysis. At the halftime, I said, my biggest takeaway was whenever we had big plays on the D line or whatever, on the front or whatever, the front seven is when we weren't two gapping. Neville Gallimore made his plays slashing and busting ass upfield. So did Randy, so did D-Law, and technically so did Tyrone Crawford when he made his play. Antoine Woods even made a play, but we made those plays penetrating going forward and not two gapping. So maybe there, somebody got cussed out in the coaching room or whatever. Somebody got tapped on the shoulder and said, "Hey man, can we not two gap until we figure two gapping out?" But if this is the defense that we get, not two gapping, then if Mike Nolan isn't aware enough to say, you know what, my team is terrible when we're two gapping. We look really good when we're not two gapping. Like when we're penetrating and getting upfield and slashing up front, we look really, really good. If you're Mike Nolan and you get that information and you go back to two gapping, you deserve to lose your job. But we got a couple more games to figure it out. All right. Like I said, if you want to call into the show, the number's on the screen. And, yo, fam, let's get into it. We have, how many privileged people we got on the phone? In case this y'all first time calling in, we go through our privileged callers. Those are the callers that, I'm super, super familiar with. We got platinum callers, guys that borderline, guys and gals. Borderline, I know they're going to give me a good call, or at least they're reasonable people who will listen to what they got to say. And then we're gonna tune into these people that have never called into my show with numbers on my ID that I don't recognize. And, we'll evaluate y'all whenever we get there. All right, we're gonna start off with Set It Off Chris and get him going, and then we'll boogie. All right, what's up, Chris?
Hey man, what's going on, Voch? How you feeling today, man?
Man, we have a lot of small wins, man. A lot of small wins in that game,
Right.
And you know what? If we can't get big wins, I can take 5 small ones.
Hey man, I just want to be entertaining. I want to be absolutely competitive, and I want to, kind of evaluate what I'm going to look like for 2021. Because without Ford, we're not getting to that ultimate goal, which is, for me, it's just most of us say get to the Super Bowl, but it takes steps to get to that point. But just making a long run, getting to the NFC Championship, that's my deal. A lot of good wins we saw today. We saw Neville Gallimore play better. Man, Randy Gregory is just who Randy Gregory is.
Right.
I am so ecstatic that he will get a full off season inside the building.
Chris,
and
no more weed.
Man.
No more weed detention. Ain't that great? No more weed detention.
No more weed problems. Just a full off season to lift weights, eat peanut butter, learn technique, and be just that guy, man. You get him, man. Oh, Jesus. Randy make your heart just palpitate, man.
Right.
Dang, Randy just that guy.
Right.
Not liking the fact that Diggs has hurt his foot. Didn't like that because I want my young stallion, man, to get all his reps, get beat up all year this year.
Sure. Learn
from his bumps and bruises and be able to play. But for the most part, man, it was a game that kept people watching, man. It kept us watching, kept us looking. I don't like the disparity. It's starting to get to the point it's damn near comical about the officiating. Marcus Mosher put out a stat about the differentiation from the average of Cowboys officiated games. Kind of getting tired of that.
Right.
But, hey, man, yeah, Gary Gilbert came out, did a good audition for the first time to be that backup to 4, and looked good, man. Tony looked great. Tony looked outstanding tonight. I know we're going to get a bunch of those this week. Hey, let's just trade Zeke and keep Tony. Let's not get goofy on that part. I'm still to the point of believing at the end of the day, Joe Looney is the second worst offensive lineman. Nope.
Right.
Yeah, he's the second worst. He's the second worst because Terrance is the worst.
Right.
Then Joe, and I slid over to the point that Connor Williams isn't a guard. He's not. I mean, he's getting his ass whooped on a record. I mean, Cameron Hayward, he whooped his ass all night.
That was
and
like
Cameron Hayward's really, really good.
That was like three plays set it off, Chris. Come on, man. Don't do my son Connor Williams like that, man. Come on. Man.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, I love Connor. Connor's a great nephew, but Connor
nephew
is he's a really good nephew.
Brother Chris, go ahead.
I mean, he brings sodas to the cookout.
Right.
He's a good kid, man.
Right.
But man, it's just getting too contained that man he's just getting beat with power, man.
Right.
And I know eventually some got to give. So, but hey, man, for the most part, man, it was a good game, man. It kept everybody's watching. That's what you want to see, man. So, hey, man, I'm gonna get off the line.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Brandon gave our talk about why Zach Martin isn't moving the right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Brandon almost fussed me out about it, but it's funny, man, because Zach being hurt and knowing Stephen Jones how he likes to be penny pinching with the pocketbook.
Right.
I got a feeling Zach ain't going to right tackle for the money. For the money. If you think about it, he's been hurt. He turns around. If he goes out to right tackle, he doesn't play well. Colin McGovern slides in. He plays admirable. We're going to see some promise. And the next thing you know, Stephen coming with his, hey, I need some money from you. Just my thoughts. I might be wrong. But I've seen Stephen Stephen has yet to lose a hand fight.
Yeah.
He's yet to lose a hand fight when it comes to this money.
Yeah.
So you don't think he won't try to go after Zach Martin? We can kind of, just think about it. Just something to think about. But I'm going to get out the way now. I'm going to listen to the show, man. Cowboy Nation all day, man. Hey, way to fight. We can walk around. Hey, we took a loss, but it's good when other bad teams do what other bad teams do to help you get to that extravaganza. Justin Fields was great yesterday.
Sure.
Trevor Lawrence chalk went up even with a rookie playing. I love it. Let's go, baby.
Let me tell you something, set it up, Chris. You want to talk about a quarterback that may not be in the top 5 right now, but may end up in the top 5. Watch the quarterback from BYU. He may be quarterback number 2, and I'm not joking, but we'll talk about that later. Appreciate it, set it up, Chris.
Hey, man, appreciate you too, man. You good?
Yes, sir. Y'all do not sleep on my mans from BYU. It's some people in the chat box that's talking crazy about Voch and my Connor Williams. Y'all fall on something sharp, player. I ain't trying to hear that from y'all. I don't care about y'all little slander. Y'all better shut up talking to me. What's wrong with you? If y'all want to call into the show, the number's on the screen. Let's get $100 grand up in here. See what he talking about. And then we're going to continue to go down our privilege line. What's up, $100 grand?
What's good, bro? What's good?
Man, coolin', man.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? We just doing whatever it is that we can, man. Everything good with you? The block straight? You know what I'm saying? Everything cool? I've been listening to a lot of Benny the Butcher lately, so you know what I'm saying? So I've been in my plug talk lately. I've been in my plug. You know what I'm saying? Griselda sounds, you hear me? So I've been trying to, you know what I'm saying?
It's always good. you shout out to Benny, man. Shout out to Benny.
Go ahead, my guy.
Bro, you listen to Benny, dog.
Hey, man.
Surprise me on that one.
I am a hip hop connoisseur, my guy. I'm 28, but I'm not one of these young guys, man. I'm not one of these young guys. Come on, man. I don't listen to Lil Uzi.
Just football guy. I thought, no, hell no.
I thought I was just a football guy. Football guys can't have range. This is crazy. Voch's Voice Podcast, y'all can see my range, by the way. Check out Voch's Voice Podcast since I'm a football guy and football guys can't listen to music. $100 grand, you hold my phone up, man. What you want, Doc? Since I watch football all day with no music.
Shout out to Settle of Chris, man. Like he really he hit the nail on the head with these referees, man.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry. You can go back to countless games after countless game after countless game where we lose or our momentum gets stopped because we don't get the calls, man. And I know it's not the refs if they didn't do this in this quarter.
I don't sound like that. I don't sound like that. I don't sound like that.
Yes, you do.
I don't sound like that.
Yes, you do. you do. Yes, you do. You do, Voch. You my dog, but you do. But football don't work like that.
Right.
Footballs come down to a referee's call at the precise time that can shut your drive down. And you know this. You know this. Come on, man. If we don't get that call on Ben Roethlisberger before they scored, and we would have stopped them on fourth down like we did instead of that late bullshit-ass call, they don't score right there. They get no points right there.
Buddy, it sounds like you want to win a Super Bowl this year, buddy.
We could waste time.
Yo, buddy, it sounds like you're trying to win the Super Bowl this year, buddy. What are you saying? What are you talking about?
Listen. I'm not this person, hey, man, let's lose all our games so we can go get picks. I want to win, dog. I want to win. I'm a Cowboys fan. You're a Cowboys fan. You don't want to lose. Period. I want to win. I want to win a game that we got a chance to win. Now, if Pittsburgh blew us out, you wouldn't hear shit from me talking about some bullshit-ass call. I wouldn't care. We got our ass beat. But if we got a chance to win a football game, let's win this game, man. Let's win this game. They played a great game. A great game. And you said, oh, Pittsburgh played down in their competition. I just listened to Mike Tomlin. They've been having this same conversation for weeks on end. He said, I'm tired of having this conversation. We can't play like this. So they didn't play down to us. That's who they are.
Sure.
That's who they are.
I think they played down to us, but I'm willing to listen to your story, sir.
Listen to Mike Tomlin. Listen to what he said. Go on.
I wouldn't dare put Mike Tomlin in my. I wouldn't dare put Mike Tomlin in my Google. I'm not messing up my Google algorithm for damn Mike Tomlin, sir. Not gonna be able to do it.
But I'm telling you what he just said.
Okay.
I'm tired of having this conversation. We played bad. He said that. He said, I'm tired of coming up here on this podium every week and saying the same shit.
And playing down to your competition is playing bad, correct, sir?
That's how they play. But that don't mean that you're playing down to your competition.
$100,000 trying to win a Super Bowl, boy. That is
good
crazy.
To start these games.
$100,000 trying to go to playoffs, boy. That is crazy.
So, Voch, you want to lose that game? You want to lose the rest of the game? You might as well. You want to sit Coop, sit Lamp, sit everybody. Put the backs up in. Put all the third stringers, fourth stringers, dudes off the practice squad, and just lose every game.
No, see, you're doing it with no tact, sir. This ain't Madden. I feel like you can simply play your starters and still lose games. You know what I mean? I'm a Cowboy fan through and through, sir, but I'm trying to look at the greater picture, the large picture. You know what I'm saying? And if I can get a Herschel Walker type trade, it's not gonna be a Herschel Walker type trade, but as close as you can get listen, you ain't listening. As close as you can get in 2020 to a Herschel Walker type trade, which is multiple firsts, multiple seconds. You know what I'm saying? Or day one, however it ends up going, they pay a king's ransom to go get Jared Goff, to go get Carson Wentz. They pay multiple picks to move up one spot to get Mitch. If we can get in Trevor Lawrence land, if we can get in Justin Fields land, Trey Lance land, you know, if any top quarterback land, I'm willing to get picks and trade back, because this ain't the damn draft where I'm not trying to draft the quarterback. I got my quarterback, and I think it'll be good.
That's what I'm scared
It'll
about.
be good. It'll be good for this team to pay our quarterback and fill it with young talent. That's where I'm at with it.
But you and me know it's a power struggle going on right now about that.
I don't think so.
You and me know that.
I don't think so.
Stephen Jones want Dak, but Jerry Jones, if he gets the opportunity to get him a number one, if he got the opportunity to draft a quarterback number one and number two, he's going to do it. Why? Because that's Jersey. That's a story. We know this information already, man.
All right, $100,000.
And if we get another quarterback in here, you know I'm telling the truth.
No, $100,000. I can't stand by that. That is I Am Legend Monster Cowboy Theory. It'll be a great it'll be a great story to get a new quarterback. But you know what'll be an even better story? Winning a damn Super Bowl in general. You can win that motherfucker with Garrett Gilbert. It'll be a great story. So let Dak Prescott heal up. Let him come back and let him be the comeback player of the year. And let's win a Super Bowl with him. $100,000. That's your story.
I'm all for that. No, I'm all for that. But we know that Jerry Jones ain't about that action.
All right,
if
man.
he got the opportunity to draft a number one, he's gonna do it. Now if you're saying, all right, let's tank, let's get these picks, and let's build this team around that. If we all knew that's the plan, they came out and told us that's the plan. All right, go ahead and do it, and let's reload and let's do this damn thing. But we all know it's gonna be hella drama. I'm telling you,
ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you get. This is what happens when you get high on your own supply. This is what happens.
Okay.
This what happens.
Timestamp this. Timestamp this because
I ain't timestamping nothing. You timestamp it. I don't want it timestamped. You don't want it time. You write it down. You write it down and remind me. I'm gonna hang up on you. I'm gonna hang up on you.
Okay, I want you to tell me that I was right too. I want you to tell me that I was right when we got drama in the off season and the Cowboys saying, "Oh, they looking at one of these top quarterbacks." I want you to say, "Honey Graham was right."
You know what? They gonna be looking at these top quarterbacks just like they was looking at Jalen Hurts. I'll holler at you, sir. Boop. Holler at you. Griselda sounds. Let's get Brandon from Franklin Football up in here to try to even this thing back up a little bit. What's up, Brandon?
Number 4. Know you heard this before.
Come
Never
on, man.
get high on your own supply.
100 grand must be smoking that shit. I don't know what 100 grand talking about. Listen, man, all this Jerry Jones. Listen, people got Jerry Jones so messed up, bro. And I'm not even defending Jerry. I don't care, really. I don't care about Jerry Jones forever. But what sense does it make to say Jerry Jones gets money from the drama of getting a new quarterback? When the clear money move is to keep Dak and win a Super Bowl with him. That's the money move, right?
I be trying to like I fight in your Discord, man. It's people in your Discord who think that tagging Dak and then also drafting Lawrence or Fields, whoever's at number 2, is a good idea.
I'm so blown away that
I fight with people like this.
The notion of, okay, there's no other team in the league they're trying to draft to replace the best player on their team. There's no other team doing that right now.
Right?
Drafting to replace the best player, especially the most important position in football, which is quarterback. I don't understand. Like, Dak is responsible for like 25 points. Like you know how when like players miss games, they're like, how many points is this player responsible for, right? So Le'Veon Collins may be responsible for like 2 points a game or something like that. Zeke may be responsible for 4. Dak Prescott is clearly worth 25 or so points. But we want to replace him with a kid that may or may not play or play well. I don't understand.
Minimum. And I get on Twitter and I told you before how you got to kind of limit your exposure to Cowboys Twitter for a little bit because it'll drive you insane. But I see people that say, "Oh, pay Garrett Gilbert whatever you want." Like, come on, dude.
People think I be making this shit up though, Brandon.
It's some good dope out here, man.
Social media is a scary place, and people think I be making that shit up. People think, man, Voch, it can't be that many Dak haters out here talking about some playing Garrett Gilbert, sir or ma'am. Get on social media and see these people. Just see how they talk. Just listen to how they talk. Yo, Voch, you think we can save money playing Garrett Gilbert? No. But go ahead, Brandon. My bad. I'm talking over you, sir. This is your time to talk. Go ahead.
So while Chris was talking about some madness, he kind of previewed it a little bit. He's saying that Stephen Jones got the gumption, the unmitigated gall to tell Zach Martin, okay, you don't want to take one for the team and play right tackle when your guy, number 4, isn't in the game, then we're going to need you to take this pay cut. Mm-hmm. It's one of the craziest things in the world that I've ever heard, personally. And that's one good thing about us being partners in this YouTube thing is we're not afraid to disagree with each other.
Sure.
I think that the tank can't stop yet, man. The tank cannot stop. Shout out to Houston for winning the game and getting ahead of us.
Sure.
I want my pick to look as shiny and pristine as possible. You mentioned Zach Wilson, guy from BYU.
Yes, sir.
I want as many guys that teams could possibly take as possible, because I want to get down. Like I said this last time. I want to get down about pick 14. Yep. I've been predicting it. This is clairvoyant B talking. San Francisco is going to trade up from pick 14 and take that guy number 2.
Possibly.
Let
me pull up Tankathon right now while you talking, sir. Go ahead, do your thing. I'm listening.
Mm-hmm. I think that Dallas is not as far away as people think. We just need an entire defense. Well, not an entire defense, but most of one.
Sure.
It's like a transplant, if you will.
Mm.
But if you want to take the quarterback and move on from that, fine. But how does that solve your defensive issues?
It don't.
That's what I want to ask the people that want to take Lawrence or Fields and move on from that. How do you fix your defensive issues with that in mind?
Right.
I don't think that there's an answer. If you trade back and you get I don't think that any of these DBs are like top 5, maybe not even top 10 worthy, because there's some good offensive linemen in there, and obviously a lot of teams are going to need quarterbacks.
Well, the weird thing about it, Brandon, and I think you're alluding to this, is that there are no Chase Youngs this year. There are no Bosa kids this year. Like the top whatever is filled with offensive guys. It's a gang of quarterbacks, a gang of tackles, and Jamar Chase at receiver, whatever. So the guys we're looking for ain't that. You know what I mean? So we're in a weird place to where we're gonna be up there, and we kind of have to trade back, honestly. But go ahead.
And I'm looking at the chat box right now. D. James said we not that far away, but we need an entire defense. You name me a team that could be able to keep up with this team that was putting up 40 points a game.
Sure.
While our defense is playing like it is right now. Our defense just played competitively against the last undefeated team in football.
Sure.
We would have had Dak, we would have beat them.
Sure. Absolutely. We'd have smoked them. Brandon, we'd have smoked them because they had 17 points on the board in the fourth quarter or something. We'd have smoked them kids today. It wouldn't have been close.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been close.
Our defense is playing like that today without a blue chip rookie. So you get us forward back and you get us a gang of picks for the number 2 pick, and it's inevitable. Like you remember Thanos.
Brandon, time out.
In game when he was just
Brandon, hold your analogy. Right. I just pulled up Tankathon. I'm not bullshitting.
Yeah.
Cowboys 3rd overall, Giants 4th overall, Washington 5th overall. Back to back like the cover Lethal Weapon. Everybody in the East. And the only reason the Eagles sitting at 19 is because they tied with the Bengals and they beat us that once. That's the only reason the Eagles is sitting at 19, because playoff teams get moved to 19. But that's what your Tankathon looking like. If you win a game, you go from 3rd overall to like 10th. You know what I'm saying?
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a weird.
That's why I say it's worth it to not win the division right now, because without 4, you're not gonna be competitive.
Yeah.
There's plenty of teams who have decided that, okay, this year ain't worth it. We're gonna pack in and ball out next year.
Sure.
It's okay to be one of those teams. I think that Cowboys fans are kind of used to being in the limelight, remaining competitive for so long that we don't know how to pack it up.
Sure.
And I got to include myself in that, because I'm a part of the Cowboys fan conglomerate.
Sure.
But it's okay to pack it up sometime and put yourself in position to be better for the next season.
Sure. Might as well, because if we gonna lose all these games and if Dak gonna get hurt, we might as well make the most out of it, sir. We might as well.
Absolutely. And here's the thing: Jacksonville just lost today. They're one of the two teams that are ahead of us.
Sure.
They play the Vikings in like 2 weeks. I think that Jacksonville could beat the brakes off of the Vikings.
I mean, I don't know, man. The Jacksonville Jaguars pretty terrible, man. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. We'll cross that road whenever we do. But draft season is bound to be interesting. And if y'all new to this channel, y'all know Voch get busy during draft season. So, well, y'all don't know, but I'm letting you know Voch gets busy during draft season. You have any closing thoughts, Brandon, before I move on?
Sign my quarterback as usual.
Sign number 4. Appreciate it, Brandon. It's Brandon, one half of Frankly Football. Set it off. Chris called early. He was first because we set it off. We set it off, Chris. He's the other half of Frankly Football. Y'all go check him out on YouTube, Frankly Football. I'm sure he's gonna be spamming the chat box to get his notorieties up and all that. All right, appreciate you, man.
Peace.
Yes, sir. We're gonna get Brandon up out of here. And I know I had one more privileged person. What's Short Dog? I know I saw Short Dog in there. I can't find Short Dog. Hey, man, you know what I mean? Short Dog, get in and get back out, man. You know, we got to hold the streets down. Let's go to Zach Knowles, see what he's talking about. Then we're going to go to James. Then we're going to go to Reeves. All right? Zach Knowles, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
Cool, my guy. Everything. Now, Zach Knowles, for the people listening right now, I just want you to kind of give them an idea of what's going on because you're noticing this firsthand. But the more good calls you give me, the sooner we get you in the queue for the phone lines. You see what I'm saying? See how this works? Zach Knowles was just at this point to where he was at the back of the phones, but Zach Knowles give me great calls, great content. He moves to the front. He's like 5th now. You see what I'm saying? Zach Knowles, let him know, man. Let him know how it feels to be in the front of the queue, man.
Yo, Voch. Yo, do you got an Excel spreadsheet? Do you take notes?
Hilarious. That's funny.
You taking notes on us, bro? Yo.
You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do. I see everything. Clairvoyant Voch. But Zach Knowles, what you got for the show, sir?
I do appreciate that. Hey, man. Let me tell you what. This is the first game since the Jets game of last year where I felt like we were in a good position going forward.
Sure.
So last year against the Jets, I was like, oh my God, dude, we lost against the Jets, and I knew that we were in trouble.
Yeah.
And it's been, we've been, kind of been this like weird place where it's just like we don't like the Cowboys really don't have an identity.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. We lost a quarterback. We lost every offensive lineman.
Yeah.
And we're at the point now where this is like a lost season.
Sure.
But this game right here against this undefeated team, we showed out. We showed heart.
Competitive.
And what I actually saw tonight, I mean, there's like so many positives. Like you called it before. You're like, hey, there's like some, little wins in this loss. Randy Gregory was he's one of those little wins. I mean, he looked great.
Yes, sir.
I can't believe how good he looked, dude.
Randy can roll out the bed and be great. He doesn't need to be current. That dude's incredible.
And you've been saying that for a long time now, for like 18 months. But let me tell you what, like this game really just like put like an exclamation mark on that point.
Sure.
That dude is amazing.
Yeah.
That guy is talented as hell.
Yeah.
So he's definitely somebody to look out for, and that's somebody to be excited for. But I got to be honest, like last week, I didn't want to call in last week because what I saw on defense, I was like, I don't want to call in and be like, hey, maybe we're turning the corner. But, hey, it looks like they're starting to respond on defense. Like what they're being coached, it seems like what the players are starting to like. They're starting to realize, hey, I have the role to play in this defense.
Sure.
I have individual accountability. I need to do my assignment. And so what I'm seeing is people on the defense, they're starting to respond a little bit. And we're starting to see what they could be. And again, back to your comment on midseason form, maybe this is what could have been had Dak Prescott never went down with an injury. Maybe this could have been the defense we could have seen all along.
That's the saddest part. Because you know that if we're like, I don't know, like 3 and something, like if we're 4 and whatever the hell, like if we 4 and 5 with Dak going into this game and defense getting better, it wouldn't surprise me if we would just run the table and just sweep everybody. It wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't fear anybody. Cause going into like bye week, right? I would feel great about Dak in this defense versus the Vikings, the Washington team, Baltimore's looking kind of weird nowadays. Cincinnati, San Francisco wasn't scary. The Eagles ain't nothing. The Giants ain't nothing. If we have 4 with this defense, we run the table and maybe end 10-6. But 4 is gone, and that's the part that hurts the most, man. That's the part that hurts the most.
Yeah, it hurts me too. It hurts me too because, and I've called in weeks ago, and I remember against the Falcons, I called in. I had positive things to say about the special teams specifically. I said, hey, look, we're doing different things that we're not used to seeing as Cowboys fans, but hey, keep an eye on these things. Like, we got to, like, where we're at right now, I remember in that Falcons game, we had to do different things to win the football game. And that came back this football game. We had to do different shit. We had to be multiple on special teams. We had to win the special teams battle to get a 60-yard return on special teams, just get ourselves in position to get a field goal. That shit matters. You know what I mean? So I remember just a few weeks ago when we had Dak Prescott, and I was like, hey, look, these are things that we got to do right now. Like, we're improving. We're getting multiple in areas where we're not used to seeing us being multiple in. Mm-hmm. And it's just this whole thing makes me want to run it back. Yeah. You know, I'm looking at this whole season right now. I even hit up my dad hit me up. He was like, how do you feel about this shit? You know, he's a Dallas Cowboys fan too, from like the 70s. He's like, how do you feel about this? I'm like, I feel good. I feel good about this. Yeah. What I saw tonight, I feel good. I feel good. When Dak went down with his injury, dude, that was probably the worst I've ever felt in a football game. Yeah. I've never felt worse, ever. Yeah. Yeah. But here's the thing, man. We're in position now where we got a lot of young, talented players. Mm-hmm. If anybody is following Voch's channel, we know the type of players that we have on our roster. Sure. They just need a chance. And now we're starting to see these players. Sure. So this is good for us. Good for people that follow your channel. We get to see these players that we've all seen at the collegiate level. Mm-hmm. They've been good prospects. You know, and we drafted them higher than they were projected to go. Right. We're starting to see this draft benefit us. Yeah. That's the best that we can hope for. You know, we can't hope for wins at this point. Right. If we get wins, hey, it's great. We'll feel good as fans, but the ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl. Yeah. Right now, the way I feel like we're going to win a Super Bowl is with Dak Prescott at quarterback. We got to run it back with Dak Prescott, and we got to leverage whatever pick we got. If it's a top 3 pick, we got to leverage that pick. We got to get whatever we can for that pick. We got to get players. That's where we're at right now.
We'll see what happens, man. We're going to go into the draft, and hopefully we can turn 1 pick into 3 because it's already a year where we got a bunch of draft picks anyway. But starting like maybe not next week, but after like the holidays or whatever, so going into like December, we're going to start the actual like draft show, like the Lombardi draft talk or whatever. We're actually going to start that, so be tuned in for that. Zach, no, appreciate you, bro. Good call.
Have a good night, bro.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Mike Nolan said something in a press conference that bothered the hell out of me or whatever. He said that they're going to have something called an across the hall day for the bye week, or the across the hall meetings or whatever, where some of the defensive coaches go coach the offensive players and the offensive coaches go coach the defensive players. And yeah, I try not to shoot nothing down or whatever. I try to give everything a shot, but that sounds like some of the goofiest shit I ever heard. Like, we trying to get on track with things, and you want to spend a bye week mixing up the program. I don't know, man. We got enough issues, bro. Mike McCarthy kind of bothering me, dog. I'm chilling. I'm being patient, doing the best I can, man. But Mike is quite bothersome. I know I just said James was online, but man, I mean, Uncle Charlie just called in, so it is what it is. But Uncle Charlie on the line right now. Then we're gonna go to James. Then we're gonna go to Reeves. Uncle Charlie, what's happening, man?
What's up, nephew? What's going on?
Coolin', Uncle.
Too loud?
No, Uncle, you good, man. If you was loud, I'll turn you down, but you ain't, so you good to go.
But let me tell the Cowboy Nation something. Mm-hmm. We lost this game for one reason, y'all. Personal fouls, undisciplined on defense, and turnovers.
Yeah.
Now, we might figure this thing out, but the season will be already over.
Yeah.
We didn't supposed to even play the Pittsburgh Steelers like this, but we did.
Sure.
You cannot recover. You cannot recover from personal fouls and turnovers. Let me tell you something, man.
Sure.
I had a friend named Hamburger, and he never could get anything right. Had all the books in. And I told Hamburger, I said, look, Hamburger, I said, man, you got to get some brake pads for that car. I heard you almost 2 miles down the street. You sound like Florida State marching band. 6 months later, I ain't see Hamburger. And guess what? When I saw him coming down the road again, guess how he was stopping his car? With his foot out the door. When are you going to get it, man? Do you need some brake pads, bro? When are you going to get it? And that's what I'm trying to tell people, man. We're on the island like Gilligan's Island. It took these people 30 years to get off this island. And only when they looked in the mirror and seen their face was full of gray hair, they only said, well, we ought to build a ship. Do you think? We've been here 30 damn years. What is it going to take us to figure this thing out? We are not good enough at all to recover from personal fouls and turnovers. Now, Gary, was his name Gilbert? The guy did pretty good.
Right.
I thought he came from some law firm or something. I thought he was going to have I need a case for him right now. You know, because I got bitten in the ass by Chihuahua about 6 months ago. I was going to ask him to tell him my case.
Right.
But I found out he was a football player. We cannot recover from undisciplinary acts on defense, and we need to change that. That's from the coaches down. Jalen Smith got a personal foul. Terrance got a personal foul.
Yeah.
Randy Gregory got a personal foul.
Yeah.
Jalen is too damn wild. He like some wild man. If you need your grass cut, call Jalen Grass Cutting Company, because he'll cut all your grass off your leave your yard to number to dirt. So he got to go. We need to unload him as quick as possible. And that's all I got to say, y'all. We lost this game because of personal foul and mismanagement on offense. When it's a 4th and inches, you go for it. You can't recover. Your defense won't hold. Go for the juggler. And we don't have that mentality right now. And I love you, nephew.
Unc always hitting us with some good game, man. Appreciate it, Unc. How long are you gonna continue to give yourself self-inflicted wounds before you decide to make change? His friend Hamburger was stopping his car like damn Fred Flintstone, putting his car and stopping it on the road or whatever. But how long you gonna do that before? You gonna stop before your foot get tore up, or you gonna make the appropriate change? Good game, Unc. Great game, Uncle Charlie. What a legend. What a legend to this show. All right, now let's get James on the phone, then Reeves, and we'll get JR up in here. All right, let's boogie. What's good, James?
Hey, not much, man. Not much at all. Well, your uncle actually had some good points. Kind of took a couple of them away that I was going to say. And yeah, I like listening to him talk, man. He's definitely got knowledge. Yeah. But I'll just say I don't really have a whole lot to bring up. It's just I just think right now I'm gonna give 2 shout outs quick. I think the quarterback Gilbert, actually I think he played a good game. Looked nice.
Yeah.
The defense played good, but as your uncle said, the stupid penalties I think killed us. And as he said, we just you could just see the momentum just leave, and then Pittsburgh kind of gained the momentum. But I have a couple of questions for you. Before the couple of questions, I want to point something out. When you have somebody, like in boxing, when you have somebody on the ropes and you have somebody hurt, okay, like when Ben got hurt, you could clearly see he was limping. Why do you just stand back in a prevent defense, don't bring no pressure, don't do nothing, and just get beat? You know what I'm saying? He's hurt, come after him. And if you get beat, well, then you get beat. But you don't know what you can do until you do it. You got to come after him. I mean, it's just like in a prize fight. When you got somebody on the ropes, you go and you finish them. You don't sit there and let them get their second win and come back. Okay? That's just something I wanted to point out. Now,
my only retort is that, yes, you could pursue, but if you get reckless, you open yourself up for a knockout. And
you're gonna get beat. I mean, it's a 50-50
okay.
chance.
Yeah, sure, 100%.
You know,
yeah.
That's all I was pointing out. I wasn't like trying to say it wouldn't work. I'm just saying you got to do what you got to do. You know.
Sure.
But the couple questions I have for you, and he kind of touched on one of them, kind of with Jalen Smith. Now, if I saw correctly, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you 2 questions. If I can ask them first. The first one is when Jalen Smith got that personal foul, wasn't he being blocked and he stepped back into Big Ben? and then they said that he was roughing the passer. And the second thing that I wanted to bring up that I don't know if anybody else has, why are we always, when we're playing and it's a passing down, why are we always 7, 8, 9, 10 yards off the ball? Wouldn't you want your DBs to get up and get physical and jam at the line of scrimmage? I mean, we're always giving 7, 8, 9-yard releases. Those are my questions that I have for you.
I understand. Maybe the coaches know more than we do, and it sounds really arrogant of me to come on here and pretend like I know more than NFL coaches. But sometimes I feel like I do. Sometimes I feel like I do, and I don't want to be that guy.
Well, you seem to know a lot more than some people give you credit for, man. That's why I'm asking.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words. But
you're welcome.
If it's a clear passing down, I'm not giving that much cushion. I'm not playing the sticks because they can catch the ball and yak themselves into first downs. I'm not really doing that. If anything, I want them to work for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my thoughts on that.
Exactly, and I see that a lot, and that's why I was wondering on that.
And Jalen should have a little more control over himself. Now, I understand Jalen is working with 30% of a leg. I mean, pardon me, like 70% of one leg or whatever. I mean, I get it. But if you're hindered that much, then you shouldn't play. If that's the problem, then you shouldn't play. If you don't have faith in your change of direction skills, if you don't want to plant on that foot, then don't play. But Jalen has had plenty. Uncle Charlie called them wild man penalties where he's just being a little. And I want everybody. To play.
I heard him say that. Yeah,
I want everybody to play hard. Everybody plays hard, but you got to know the situation that you in. You can go 100%.
Got to know when to say when. You got to know when to hold up.
Got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. So that's Jalen Falk.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, but otherwise, let me just pick your brain real quick. I got one last question that just popped into my head. So, what did you think of Gilbert's performance? Did you like it?
I think we can sometimes get clouded with the environment. It's kind of like if you're in a room full of funny-looking people, one's gonna look pretty. But if you put that prettiest, funny-looking person in a room full of pretty people, then they go back to what they are. Garrett Gilbert might just be a result of us playing Ben DiNucci and Andy Dalton all day. But just kind of me watching, he just looked a little better than them. And I give him credit for that. I give him credit for looking better than them. And to be fair, we were moving the ball. Like we were moving the ball. We got into the end zone.
We were.
You know what I'm saying? But there were some plays where he was just kind of overthrowing people. Some bad throws here and there. But at least he was willing to hit guys. Now, were the Pittsburgh, in my opinion, were the Pittsburgh Steelers defense playing down to us? Possibly. I think T.J. Watt was supposed to smoke Terrance Steele because I've seen Dante Fowler do worse things to Terrance Steele. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it just kind of is what it is. But
Yeah. But that's all I got, Voch, man. As always, man, like your show, man. Just keep rocking, man, because you know you're the best out there. So
appreciate you, my guy. Salute.
All right, thank you.
I appreciate y'all kind words, man. You know what I'm saying? I never want, and I know some football, man. I'm not gonna be that modest to just be like I don't know. I know some football, man, but I'm not. I mean, if you put me in a room with these coaches, I could hold my own, But if they're professionals, I need them to be way better than me. I need them to be better than me at talent evaluating, scheming, playbooking, play calling. I need them to be better than me in every facet tenfold because you're professionals. I'm not even an amateur. I'm just a dude on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just that. Who else we got up in here on the phones? Trying to call into the show. The number's on the screen, 515-606-5187, access code 309-104. If you want to just vent about your Cowboys, just ask a question. Whatever you want to do. Talk up your anytime minutes, anytime. Brother Reeves, what's happening?
How you doing, sir? How you doing?
Coolin', my guy. Doski Woski. What you got for the show?
Man, I heard, with the Griselda, the references, I was thinking,
man.
okay. It's good to know that he what's good. Benny go crazy. West Side is good too. Can't forget about Conway.
But, yeah. Benny the best
speaking
though.
Of Benny,
Go ahead.
Benny definitely the best. Benny definitely the best.
Yeah.
But speaking of Benny, you know that one bar from the song Freddie Hotspot where he said, I run in the club, bumping the plugs, I fell on the brick. Only Tom Brady got more rings than my telephone get.
Yes, sir.
I was thinking, I said, no, that's Voch, man. Voch get more rings than Tom do with all these people on these calls throughout the weeks. But
that's facts. Yes, sir.
But no. with this whole tanking thing, I don't think that, because I've seen a lot of Cowboys fans get upset at other Cowboys fans for being happy that we're losing. But I just want to remind people that it's not that we're happy that we're losing. We're happy about the future of the team overall.
Sure.
And so, if we can get in a top 3 pick position, which is very plausible, I think at minimum we're going to be in the top 5 probably here. But if we can get that top 3 pick, then like everybody said, we could trade back, yada yada yada. Y'all pretty much know what the deal is there. So Voch, what do you think happens if we sitting at like pick 3 or 4, and then so that's just out of like Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields range?
Yeah.
Would you still want to trade back at that point?
Yes.
Or would you want to just
yes.
go ahead and,
I think
okay.
I think in a perfect world, what we're gonna get is 4 quarterbacks that teams feel really good about, and not like a Josh Allen, like he could possibly make it to 11 feel good. I mean, like 1, 2, 3, 4th overall, that can happen with quarterbacks. Now, maybe one team, because I got my tankathon pulled up here, you may get a situation like the Giants at 4th overall, right? Like, if we end up behind the Giants for whatever reason, like they got a quarterback already, and they may want to go offensive line, Panay Sewell. They may want to go wide receiver, Jamar Chase, and another quarterback bump down. Just looking at the chart right here, what I think is going to be important is there's a group of teams up here starting at 13, right? Minnesota, Denver, San Francisco, Chicago. I think all those teams could use quarterbacks. They're losing teams relatively, but they could use a guy. So I think any of those teams can move up, because the problem that lies with them is you got Washington at 5 that could possibly move up. They don't want to lose a quarterback to them. You got New England at 8. And then you got I don't think Carolina's gonna be a player at quarterback this year, but Atlanta could be a team, right? So what you want is those teams that are winning that could possibly trade up to want to move up to jump the teams that are bad. You see what I'm saying? So they don't want a quarterback to fall to 5. They want to move into those top 4 spots. That's what you really want. So if the Cowboys end up in a 3 or 4 spot, if Zach Wilson is good enough, if Trey Lance is good enough, then you can still get premium trade compensation at 3 and 4.
For sure. Sorry to delineate real quick. I'm over here looking at this chat, and it seems like everybody, they're talking about Zeke right now and the whole Pollard versus Zeke convo, or Zeke at the future with, whether he has a future or not with this team. What would you say to some of these, people in your chat or Cowboy fans in general about Zeke and because I'm a little skeptical because his burst to me is just gone. It's been that way since last season. I was like, okay, well, he hasn't really been here this season. I understand the offensive line isn't there, but even then, What do you think about Zeke, man?
Let's not get ungrateful with Zeke. I do think Pollard needs more reps. I don't think we should, in good conscience, just leave Pollard on the bench. The problem is that Zeke's paid already, and we're stuck with Zeke, and there's no getting rid of Zeke. So there's no need. There's no need of trying to get rid of Zeke when he's locked into his money already.
Nobody's taking that contract too. Nobody's taking that contract.
Right. Zeke is incredible when Dak is playing. To be fair, Zeke get 10 catches a game and shit. You know what I'm saying? He rushing for like 90 something yards, whatever, catching for another 80. Zeke is fine when Forrest's playing, just that Forrest's not playing. So his Zeke looks drastically different. So we look funny at Zeke right now, but we're just I think we're just learning lessons though. Reeves, once upon a time, people was like, man, look, this team lives through offensive line and Zeke, right? Zeke is the motor. Zeke is the straw that stirs the drink. We're learning valuable lessons here. Yeah. And once upon a time, I was like, you know what? I wish there was an experiment we can do to where Dak can't play, but I just didn't want to lose him. Well, we're stuck with that experiment now, and we know who the man on his team is now. You know what I mean? So yeah. Zeke is just a really good complementary player. Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, they're really good complementary players. Dak is the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and my last comment, and I've gone out. Speaking of Amari Cooper, I was watching the game with some of my folks, and my uncle really does not like Amari Cooper because he feels like he's just too chill, like too laid back. You know, Amari will kind of catch the ball and make people miss or whatever, and I'm like, okay, that's dope, right? But my uncle will be like, see, he gets up and then he'll take himself out a lot, and he does that a lot, obviously. So what do you think about that, like that kind of chill demeanor, almost like Kawhi Leonard demeanor of Amari Cooper?
Perfect. I hate diva receivers. Good. We got 3 receivers that catch the ball and shut up. I love it. Good.
And don't you think it's interesting how, like, just a couple years ago, everybody was wanting Dez Bryant to be like a chill receiver,
and now they want somebody
loud. People are upset that Amari Cooper.
Sure.
And now they're upset Amari Cooper not loud. But you know, Cowboys fans gonna be mad at anything. But one more thing, and I'll be out. You know, appreciate you, Voch, also, especially giving me the chat burner. You know, I'll be wise with that.
Yeah.
But all y'all listening,
chat
mental
burner.
health is really important, especially as the weather changes. You know, where it gets colder outside, it gets darker earlier. Seasonal depression is real. Also, you know, all sorts of other things going on in this world right now, not only just this country. But anyways, y'all go ahead and check out those resources at mentalhealth.gov and betterhelp.com, 2 sites that you can go ahead and go find counseling, advice, and all types of mental health stuff. So I'll leave that with y'all, and y'all have a good one.
Fantastic work. Yo, Reeves, the best line on Fast Eddie. If Conway catch a body, guess who get an accessory? I love that line. Fantastic line. It's amazing. It's an amazing line. All right, let me get your body. Y'all not willing to test me. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If Conway catch a body, guess who get an accessory? Come on, son. We had a dub in the super chat from Cornelius Edwards, man. Let me tell you something about Cornelius Edwards, man. Let me just tell you about his support, man. Long-time supporter. Not flashy, man. You know what I mean? He just real low-key. He'll get in the comments every now and then, but he just been rocking with Voch consistently. This is like his 5th year now in this organization. You know what I'm saying? I consider this thing about the org. I'm going to start calling this thing that, you know what I mean? In terms of me, the YouTubers that I bring onto this thing, the people that tune into my show, how we talk to each other, how we interact, the slang that we use, I Am Legend Monster, that's all our thing, man. Uncle Charlie started here. We're an organization, man, so I'm going to start calling this thing that. Cornelius Edwards been in this organization for a long time, and he's been supporting this channel for a long time. He's about his 5th year in right now, man. I think he was one of my day one guys, man. So appreciate you, man, dropping the dub in the super chats. Thank you, sir. Christian210 says, why aren't you a coach in the NFL, Voch? The real answer, because I stopped coaching high school because I didn't want to teach high school kids. So if I stopped being a teacher, I didn't get the teaching degree thing, and I didn't want to go back to school and do none of that. So I didn't coach in college and I didn't coach in pros. But if I got back in the coaching game, I got like 6 years of coaching experience just ready to put on a resume. And if they want to get on the whiteboard with me, I could bust ass on it. So that's why I'm not a coach in the NFL. All right. Talent Talk 3 was incredible. We're going to go JR. Then we're going to go Dave from New York. Then we're going to go Adam. All right? Let's boogie. What's up, JR? Cornelius, JR, I gotta cut you off, man. Hold on, don't go nowhere, man. Cornelius Edwards just dropped $100 in my super chat, man. I gotta give my good graces to him again, man. Like I just said, he been doing this thing. Let me just hit the button for him one time. He been around. He was around before this button existed. Now we gotta hit him with it. And I hate cutting off my callers. I'm lying. I like cutting off my callers. But just dropping that 100 in the super chat, man, it means a lot to me. Appreciate you. You seen this channel grow. We're going to keep growing. It's going right back into the channel. I appreciate you, sir. Grateful. You understand? Grateful. Let me hit it one more time. He was around. We was doing that. He was around. We was doing that. He was around. We was doing that. All right, my bad. It's been a while. All right, Jared, what you got? My bad. I'm sorry. Look, yeah, I wanted you to talk, Jared, but damn, Cornelius dropped 100 in my super chat. I had to stop you. I'm sorry, my guy. Go ahead.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just had a couple things. I'm not a conspiracy guy.
Of course.
but the end zone play with the holding on the Amari Cooper that was not called.
Sure.
And then they come back the next series and they called a illegal contact on
Yes.
Jalen Smith. I didn't understand that change of events at all.
Weird, man. Weird. Weird call is what it is. But it just in my mind, we just got to be a little better. We just got to be a little better. But it sucks. It sucks to see it happen. It is what it is. And I always feel like the referees against us. I never want to use referees as an excuse, but boy, they keep hitting us every week with something. But it is what it is.
Yeah, and the other thing I had was I think we said at the DNs, and my question was I'm not football literate, so why are we so hit and miss on the 1 and 3 tech? We haven't found a solid 1 and 3 tech since we had Jay Ratliff, and I just don't get why we're constantly missing on those pieces right there.
I don't know if we're necessarily I don't know if we're necessarily missing. We're just not investing in it. You know, like when's the last time we put like a real premium pick on it? Like I think the closest we have is Tristan in the second round, and Neville in the third. Like what was the last first round pick we spent on D tackle? It was probably around that time somewhere. I don't know. You know, when you look at where we at on offense, you know, we normally hit on first round picks. Like, you know, like Taco was the only one that we didn't hit on. But we invest in offensive line, we invest in wide receiver, running back, and those are the best players on our team right now. I think if we want a top tier defensive tackle, we're gonna have to invest a first round pick in it. Clear as day.
I agree with you on that. It just was kind of curious because I just will remember back to the day when we were running three-four scheme with Jay Ratliff and Spencer and DeMarcus Ware, and Jay Ratliff he wasn't like the most physical, but he was just causing havoc in the middle.
Sure.
Like he just couldn't be blocking. It's like I kind of missed that in the teeth of the defense because that seems like where they're running the ball all the time, right down the middle.
I think Tristan's getting better. I think Neville's going to be cool next year once he gets into the offseason peanut butter sandwiches or creatine. I think he's going to do that offseason thing that happens or whatever. And hopefully this year we invest a first-round pick in a one tech. There are some one techs that I think can be invested in. And, you know, we're going to have to cross that road whenever we get there, you know.
Yeah, that's all I had, man. I ain't going to hold you. That's all I had. That was just something I just thought about.
Appreciate it, JR, my guy. Great question, though, man. Yeah, and I think that's something that, you know, we've been alluding to on this show, man. You're only going to be as good as the investments that you put down on it. And we haven't drafted 3 tech. We haven't put any picks in that spot. So it only makes sense that that we're not, that we're not stable there. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. We'll possibly have a chance to do it this year. We'll see. Just got a beat from Set It Off Chris. He says Russell Maryland was the last time we spent a first-round pick on a defensive tackle. There you go. There you go. Hopefully we do it this year, man. Hopefully we do something of the sort this year. All right, cool. We straight. Let's get into Dave from New York. Let's hear what Dave got to say. You know what I'm saying?
My man Voch, the Cowboys 6 Lombardi. What's good?
Hey, brrr, boo, 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 boo. What's up, my guy? Dave from New York. You doing good out there?
Doing everything.
You doing good? Life?
Yes, sir.
Life good? Okay, cool.
We got good weather. Good weather. We in the 60s, 70s. We chilling. Normally we'll be brick outside, but we chilling. We good. Nice weather outside. Nice weather.
Indubitably. 100%. Go ahead.
I have a couple questions and a comment. Now, my question is, are you, just because we got rid of Poe, Worley, and of course we got rid of Poe, Worley, and Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
They obviously weren't key components for the scheme that Mike Nolan is running.
Sure.
And so, therefore, obviously, the defense is stepping it up a little bit. Now, my question is, are we like giving Mike Nolan a pass, being that we wind up getting him in the players and we're giving him a pass, being that the defense is actually stepping up somewhat?
We got 7 weeks to figure it out, and that was my biggest mindset, that if I had to give Mike Nolan a pass on anything, is that we don't have stars on this defense. We don't have star players that we could just run out and just lean on. So I'll give him credit there, but I didn't want us to make an excuse for being that terrible, like one of the worst football teams, one of the worst defenses I've ever seen in my life. So I didn't want to give him credit for that, but the defense did indeed look better. They indeed looked better today. So we're going into a bye week. Let's continue to work on that. And if we can put together like 8 more good defensive performances, then we'll see what happens.
Okay. Now, even in the chat, and some of the callers, we having like a pessimistic attitude there, and I think in terms of thinking optimistically. Now, the one thing that's key. The definition of insanity, Voch, is doing something over and over and think you're going to get a different result. Now, I'm going to say that is true, and what we should do is pay for, because we paid DeMarcus Ware, Dez Bryant, Tony Romo, Jay Ratliff, Jay Hatcher. We pay people, we put money and we paid them, and of course we didn't get a return on investment.
Right.
Now, that was the definition of insanity.
Right.
Now, I think in terms of paying Dak,
right,
because we will get that 7th Lombardi, and because you are 6, but we're going to get our 7th Lombardi if Dak is paid.
Right.
Now, I truly am for that, because 4 is up. You can see the fact that he went down, and so did the team.
Right.
Okay. The one thing is this, and my comment is this: all of the Dak haters are even hating on Zeke. Okay, we pay these guys, but you gotta look at their first year.
Right.
Look at their second year.
Right.
Look at their third years. They were up there. They were up in the top, in the top 10, top 5, and they were when we had our team, being that we plagued with injury.
Sure.
And what can we actually say, being that COVID has been amongst us, this pandemic, we didn't have an off season. We didn't have OTAs and all that other workouts and stuff like that. So be optimistic, thinking that once we have that coming into 2021, Dak is going to be there, and he's going to lead us to that chip. Voch, thank you for taking my call, my man, and I appreciate you. Stay breezy.
Thank you, sir. Salute, indubitably. That's Dave from New York, ladies and gentlemen. I'm 100%. I'm 100% optimism guy. y'all know I'm best vibes in the world. You know what I mean? But on that stretcher with 4 is where my optimism is at. So that's where we at, draft season. But the game was fun. It was fun. It was fun to evaluate. It was fun to break down. But it is what it is, though, man. Somebody say, since Jalen and Zeke count so much against the dead cap, can't we restructure it? If it's in their contract, if it's in their contract to restructure, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think those are just contracts that we're stuck with. It just kind of is what it is. But we're gonna have to find ways to win with them until it's time for them to go. So that may even be. I understand we're getting 4 back, but I don't want to draft O-line anymore. But if O-line is the best option available to us, wherever we draft them, it could be 6 by the time this thing's over with. But if offensive line is the best option, you plug him in at left guard, and Zeke and Dak will be Zeke and Dak again. Well, Dak's gonna be Dak regardless, but Zeke will be Zeke again. If we don't want to live with Jalen Smith, hey man, maybe if if Jalen's gonna be here, maybe make your D-line better, and Jalen will be better. We'll see what happens. All right, let's get back into the phones. Adam. All right, let's see. I ain't got no platinum call. It's cool. All right, so no privilege guy. So Adam is up next. Justin on deck. Terrance in the hole. Let's boogie. What's up, Adam?
Hey, Voch, how's it going, man?
Everything, my guy. Griselda Sounds. What you got for the show?
I got 4 things. I'm going to try to remember them all at the end, but I just want to say, I don't know if you're like me, but before the game started, I saw Giants beat Washington, and I was rooting for Giants.
Indubitably, 100%.
To get the win over Washington.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And then as soon as Gilbert made that first throw, I'm like, fuck that. We're gonna beat the Seals and win the Super Bowl.
That's how I be
I
feeling.
don't know if you're on the main.
That's how I be feeling, man. But in my mind, I knew it was gonna go right back to normal. So I just kind of chilled out a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's just Cowboy fandom in me, though. But yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Okay. First thing, I'm gonna start a petition. I hope you get on with it. And this isn't against the referees or nothing.
Okay.
But how does it make sense that you jump off sides, kick a field goal, miss it, and then you get a redo and it benefits you? How does that make sense?
Dead ball foul. Dead ball foul. False start. The play shouldn't be run. They move back. They hit the field goal after they miss it. So tough break. It's what it is, though.
Yeah, I just started a petition to change that rule because I was like, man, that doesn't make any sense.
Like
anyway,
we should have the opportunity to decline it. I feel what you're saying, but go ahead.
Right. Okay. Number 2, I think one of the critical moments of the game that maybe not everybody saw was Diggs coming out at the end, and we had to put in Savion Smith.
Sure.
And Big Ben hit the guy for maybe a 10-yard pass, missed tackle, ends up 40 yards. I think, man, Trayvon matters a lot to this team, and I think he's just 1 or 2 years away from being prime time shutdown. But also, Awuzie being hurt, I don't know what his status was, but we needed him this game too.
I think he'll be back. He'll be back. He'll be back after the bye. That's week 10, I believe. So yeah, he'll be back for the next game.
Okay, and I think the last thing I got is next week. You starting Gilbert or Dalton? And I'm assuming you're going to say Dalton, which I agree with. But is there anything Gilbert could have done to earn the start next week? If he won the game, does he get the start?
I'm starting Ben DiNucci because I'm trying to get the best draft pick player. You know what I'm talking about? But if I had to be diplomatic and do what's best for the team, Gilbert is the hot hand and he seemed to be most competent versus the toughest competition. So I'm playing Gilbert.
Okay. I was just curious what you thought because, you go back to when Tony got hurt and Dak was playing well, you ride the hot hand. I didn't know if only one game experience made a difference or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you on that. Great call, Adam. Appreciate you.
Hey, thanks, Voch.
Yeah. Somebody said Kenyon Drake has been better than Zeke in the last 16 games. Like, why is that your sample size? Why don't you why are we evaluating the last 16 games? Why not evaluate the last 8? Why not evaluate the first 5 games of this season with Dak and his first 5 games of the season? Why are we doing that? Why we got to pick 16 games? That's what them number people do, man. That's what them narrative folk do. Kenyon Drake is not a better running back than Ezekiel Elliott. Relax. Zeke is still a top 5 running back in this league. It just is what it is. It is what it is, It's just that we're not happy about the money situation or whatever. I love to have Zeke on my team. I just didn't think that you should have paid him early. I thought you should have paid Byron, but that's neither here nor there. I don't want to be told you so guy. I think told you so guy is getting kind of played out, but so I'm rehabbing into not trying to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? So we working on it. Justin up next. Terrance on deck. Wallace from North Carolina in the hole. Let's boogie. Justin, what's happening?
What it do, Voch? What it do?
Everything.
Man, I ain't really feel it. I feel it, but I was gonna say, I was kind of like, I ain't gonna say pleased, but I was kind of happy that, like the defense is starting to, play better. Gilbert played a good game, and just to piggyback on the Zeke Elliott thing, you got to think, anytime Dak's not in the game, they're gonna game plan around Zeke. And I always felt like I talked to my uncle during the game. I was like, it seems like the O-line block with Pollard better than they block with Zeke. But I feel like it's the defense. They're more focused on Zeke when he's in the game versus Pollard.
No, what I think it is. I think it's a difference. I think it's a difference with timing. I think Tony hits the hole quicker than Zeke, and for whatever reason, this combination of linemen is better to hit the hole quicker than it is to be more patient and hit it slowly. Because to be fair, you don't want these guys to hold blocks very long. You just kind of want them to get a hat on the hat and then move. You see what I'm saying? So maybe Tony just works better with this configuration of guys.
I feel it. And I got one more thing to say, and it was really just on Trayvon Diggs. Like, I can piggyback off last guy. I honestly feel like we win that game if Diggs don't go down, because he was pretty much holding his water, and I really was expecting our defense to make a play for us, but we didn't. But I feel like Diggs is our only. He's not a. Well, he is a playmaker. But he's our only really true playmaker on that defense.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if we would have got that, if he would never got out, we probably would have got that dub because, like he said, as soon as he got out, they started harassing 32, man. So, but like I said, appreciate the call. But appreciate you taking my call and go Cowboys.
Appreciate it, my guy. Salute to you, Dosky Woski. Yeah, man, 100%. I'm just saying, regardless of who's playing better or whatnot, I think the clear thing that we have to remember is we're trying to win a Super Bowl next year. You see what I'm saying? So with that notion, with that idea that we're trying to win a Super Bowl next year, you don't want to go into a Super Bowl with less ammo. You want as much ammo as you possibly can, So let's play Zeke. Let's keep Rico. You see what I mean? Like, there's no need to get rid of someone just because someone else, like Dalton Schultz is playing well, but I'm sure Blake Jarwin comes back ready to play next year. But that don't mean we drop Dalton because Blake Jarwin was ready to play. Like, let's just play everybody. Because I need as many people as I can. Because we learn that when people get hurt, shit goes off the rails, and I don't want it to go off the rails, especially in the Super Bowl season, Let's go to Terrance and see what Terrance is talking about. Wallace from North Carolina on deck, KC in the hole. You in a rocket ship, ain't you, Terrance? Hello? Terrance? All right. Terrance worked for NASA, so we're going to get him up out of here. We're going to get Terrance flying a rocket ship right now, so we'll get back to him. Wallace from North Carolina up next. KC on deck. Ken from Shreveport in the hole. Let's boogie. What's up, Wallace?
What's going on with you, Voch?
Everything, my guy. What you got for the show?
All right, man. I just wanted to just say this one thing. As far as Dak is concerned, you keep Dak because they've been showing you. We had, 3 quarterbacks now to still try to muster up something for Dak's absence. You know what I mean? I'm not really – Garrett did play well, but we have to also remember no one has film on Garrett or Gilbert. Nobody has film on him at all, so it might be a little different. We might want to kind of peel back a little bit, right. Especially if he plays next week. Yeah. They don't know who he was. I think that's the reason why McCarthy did what he did as far as waiting to the last minute to tell who the starters were for the Steelers. Also, with optimism, this game was kind of good for us because if anybody recall, the Steelers last year was in the same position. They were in the same position, had a quarterback injury. They was trying to piece things together. They looked bad. Everybody said they were done. The following year, now they're 8-0. So we're not that far. We're not that far behind. Mm-hmm. I just think that we just need to. This is a young man sport, and you just replace the guys that we have, the older players, and replace them with younger players. So you attack the line with Tyron Smith. You attack the same thing linebacker Sean Lee. And you add, your defensive interior. You know what I mean? That's what makes the corners look better. We're just a few pieces away. So, but my question to you is, why are you noticing that Mike McCarthy is not a real challenge type coach? Because there are a few things he could have challenged, like when Zeke got the first down on. I don't know if you remember. Was it the second quarter or something like that when we had a 4th and 1 that ultimately gave us a field goal? Couldn't he have not challenged that spot for the first down?
He could have.
I just don't see Mike McCarthy really throwing that red flag like that.
He could have, but I think somebody called from the top and told him not to challenge it because they got an angle that was showing that that Zeke was short or whatever. So maybe he got that, but I haven't seen him challenge very much though. So you might be onto something there, but I just didn't notice in particular.
Okay. And my last thing, man, I don't care where you put Thompson at. He gonna screw it up some type of way.
That motherfucker.
Did you see the block in the back? He had no business blocking in the back.
That boy need to go.
It seems like he messed it up. It don't matter where he at.
Yeah, that boy need to go. I need Jeff Heath on my team yesterday. Jeff Heath to fix all this shit. I promise you. Jeff Heath to come out here and give you plays as safety and tear special teams to shreds. Let's go get Jeff Heath back on the team. I feel you, my guy. You right though, man. Darian just made a very heads down play, and I hated it.
Oh yeah. So that's all I got, man. Like I said, one plug, man. I'm on the Man Shut Up on the YouTube channel, man. Y'all check it out, man. It's just man talk that women don't want to hear. Wait. Check out Man Shut Up.
Hold on, time out, man. Let me go to my Google screen real fast so I can. Hold on, sir, because I like that kind of talk. I like to let me go pull this up a little bit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just man talk that women don't want to hear, man. It's man shut up. You might see me in the comments and everything like that, but definitely that's me on there.
What's the name? Man Setup? M-A-N Setup?
Man shut up. M-A-N shut up.
Oh, man.
Definitely.
Oh. Man shut up like shut your mouth. Okay, cool. Man shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, and I got a whole bunch of Joe Biden clips.
Oh, yeah.
I got a whole bunch of Joe Biden clips on the Trump man shut up. All right, cool. We'll figure it out. We'll cipher through it and find it.
I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it, man. There you go.
Yeah, I like I said, I jumped in the comments. You check me out.
There you go, my guy. Put in the comments. We'll find you.
All right, for that.
All right, man. Hey, man, let me just say this, too, man. We're not going to bring politics onto the show, but I will say, regardless of whatever side you on, don't get arrested. Don't get COVID. Be nice to your neighbor. Love each other. Mind your business. And just hold it down. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. If not, you know what I'm saying? Relax. We got KC up next. Ken from Shreveport on deck. Then Dante in the hole. Let's boogie. KC, what's happening?
Not much, man. How you doing, Voch?
All right, cool, my guy. Everything's everything. What you got for the show?
You know what? Actually, a couple of things. I'm pretty happy with the way the defense played. They got the necessary stops. You know, you think a couple of weeks ago that fourth down that Pittsburgh went for at the end of the game.
Sure.
Man, you know what? The running back would have hit his head on the goalpost a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
But they stopped him. But you know, I wanted to give attention to something, and it's kind of the weirdest thing, but the difference in safety play. Yeah. We don't make we make a big deal about it somewhat, but now we actually can see it.
Right.
You think about Xavier Woods diving for a ball that went right through his hands. That could have helped us.
Right.
But then on the other end, you see Minka Fitzpatrick pick up a loose fumble and pick off a pass in the end zone that would have resulted in 3 or maybe 7 points.
Right.
Difference of a couple of plays.
Right.
And so, I just think, again, going with the last caller, I think about that. And so I want to see Xavier Woods off the team next season because really he hasn't made enough plays to justify his spot back there. There were plays to be made, and he's just not making them. Plays like that where the ball's in your hands, got to bring that in.
Sure.
I'm looking at Jalen Smith with some of these penalties, boneheaded penalties. I mean, he's over there spinning, flailing his arms. And I see that he wasn't trying to hit him, but seriously, you can't let that happen. I really believe that they would have won that game if it wasn't for those penalties.
Right.
You think about the one he had where he pushed the wide receiver. Yeah, I know it was a small push, but again, it's past 5 yards. You can't do that.
Right.
You just can't do that, and that would have been, again, that's points taken off the board because Alden Smith ran that thing back.
Right.
So you look at all those plays, and I agree with the last caller about Diggs. I knew once that dude came in, because I didn't even know who he was. I said, that guy's going to cost us the game. And they went right at him.
Right.
Yeah, he made that one pass breakup, but again, he got burned, and you knew it was coming. And I think it's coaching not to give help, because you knew he was going to get burnt. You knew they were looking for him.
Right.
But then again, Anthony Brown was getting burned on the other side too, so I guess you got to pick your poison.
Right.
But I'm really impressed with how well the defense played. If they shore up a couple of things, we win that game. So I'm curious to see how they play next game if they keep that up. That's all I got for you.
I think we fixed the interior defensive line, find a complimentary corner to pair along with what's his face with Diggs, and go get some better safety play. I think we'll be a totally different looking team or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Plus, if we put points on the board, there'll be a better defense. So all let's probably go into it.
That's true. I feel you.
All right, then, KC. Appreciate you, man. Great call.
All right.
Yeah, we got to talk to me anytime. Minutes up anytime, Appreciate you. Great call. Ken from Shreveport up next. Dante on deck. DMV in the hole. We're going to boogie, you know what I'm saying? Ken, what up, though?
What's up, man?
Somebody said that boy phone was in the microwave. I'm listening to you. My bad, my guy. What'd you say? Dante?
Hey,
I gotta thank you because you answered my question right before I got on with the complimentary corner to Diggs.
Yes, sir.
And Cross because
yeah.
All right, that kind of helped out, but I got another one. The thing about the tight end situation, should we be concerned or nervous about the injuries across the board, especially at the tight end position where we kind of hoping that it's going to be fixed with two of them next year? Because I'm hoping we keep both of them. I'm just implying that we keep both of them.
I think the
other thing,
go ahead. Go ahead.
The other thing, it seems like the plays that we've been running with these backup quarterbacks a little bit different. It's like they move in the pocket a little bit more, and I think I'm trying to hope that you do that with Dak coming off an injury, so he don't have to sit back in the pocket like so often. You know what I'm saying? Where he got people scrimmaging at his feet and stuff like that, and he can be a little bit more comfortable. You think they're gonna apply that more when he get back into the offense?
I think it's better to keep him still. I mean, Dak is a great passer standing. Like he's a great pocket passer. So, I don't see any need to move him around a little bit. Just if anything, if you want to draft some, I think we should draft offensive line every year. Now, where you should draft them is a different conversation, but just in general, I think if you just want to keep the front of the pocket clean, that's a win for Dak. But just leave him in the pocket. You ain't got to move him necessarily, But I mean he will move sometimes. There will be the rollout packages. We'll be doing some RPO kind of stuff where he can pull the ball and run. But I just need him throwing the football, and I just hope mentally he's cool with running the football still.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about too, because a lot of quarterbacks that come back from leg injuries are not comfortable staying in their pocket too long. But
right.
Yeah. The weird thing and the thing I was gonna laugh about, I funny thing, I had put popcorn in the trash. I came back and all I see is Alden Smith running down the sideline. I almost jumped out my seat. I just wanted to be like, if he had scored a touchdown today, I wouldn't have lost it and didn't care what the result was. But I just want to say a little bit happiness there.
Alden Smith big as hell, man. That's a big ass dude, man. Like and he don't look that big till you see him running a straight line like that. Alden Smith big as a mug,
right.
Man. Yeah, I feel it.
I saw him rumbling down the sideline. I was dang near about to lose it. Then I realized the play was over. But other than that, and thank you for shining some light on the Marcus Lawrence play, because I've been paying real close attention to the stuff you were saying as far as him making plays without it. So on defense, I'm focusing in on there, and I see a lot more. Thankful for that tip pass he got on that keep her down too. That was big. So thank you, appreciate it, man.
No doubt, man. Salute, Doski Woski. Yeah, man. D-Law played a great game today, and y'all know how y'all are with like sacks and stats and all that. But sometimes the best plays are the plays that don't show up on the stat sheet. Let me search screen brightness so I can turn my screen down. My screen bright as hell. My screen. Actually, I got a little button up on this thing. I can cut this bright. My screen bright as hell. I don't know why my screen bright as hell. Hold on. Let me see if I can hit the bright button. Hold on. Let me see right here. Oh shit, I'm doing too much. I'll fix that while I'm on the phone with who I say? Dante, then DMV, then we're gonna go James, JR James. All right, Dante, what's happening?
What's up, Voch? How you doing?
Everything, my guy. What you got for the show?
So, I want to make a few comments.
All right.
First comment I want to make is towards so many individuals that are talking about Jalen Smith. Let me say this. I'm not concerned about the money he's getting, because the truth is Jerry got plenty of money.
Yes, sir.
But I don't care if you had Pat Swilling, Lawrence Taylor, and Carl Banks playing the linebacker position in this defense.
Right.
They wouldn't look like themselves either. I truly believe one of the biggest problems that Jalen Smith is suffering from is the fact that They've tried to make him a hybrid middle linebacker. That's
Sure.
not who he is.
That's not who he is.
He wasn't that type of player in college.
Right.
He wasn't that type of player in college.
Sure.
He wasn't that type of player when he was most effective here. We don't have a middle linebacker.
Right.
Like, and that is the biggest problem. So you can't. I hear people saying we don't have playmakers on defense. No, we don't have a defensive position, meaning a defensive structure in place to allow players with the skill set to be stars. I don't care who the player is. If you're not sitting in the right system defensively, you can't shine. The reason that players get a chance to shine is because they get a chance to have their skill set displayed specifically in one-on-one matchups. The great Ray Lewis played the season of 2004 and 5, and he looked horrible because Baltimore lost their D tackles. They lost Big Saragusa and I forget what the other dude's name was. Ray Lewis looked terrible. He was always off his feet, couldn't make tackles, was unbalanced, just like Jalen Smith. They had to go get him some D tackles. That's when they went and got Haloti Ngata and I forget the other dude they brought in. The fact is, we haven't drafted a defensive tackle since 1991. I watched the draft and we traded up with the New England Patriots and got the number 1 pick, and we drafted Russell Merlin. We haven't drafted a D tackle in the first round since then. This goes to show the fact that the truth is the biggest problem is we don't have a general manager with a philosophy on how to win games. That's why our coaching was never solidified, and that's why we've never solidified being able to establish ourselves as a great team. Since Jimmy left, we had a philosophy offensively and defensively in place. Jimmy got D tackles. Jimmy added pass rush. Jimmy always got good interior linemen. Jimmy believes in controlling the line of scrimmage.
You want to know what
Right
Jimmy
now,
didn't
we
have?
have a general
You want to know what Jimmy didn't have?
What's that?
Jimmy didn't have
What's
to
that?
worry about the salary cap. That's what Jimmy didn't have to worry about.
You're right. You're right. You're right. And I do say that there is some credence to that. But, Voch, you can't tell me that having to worry about the salary cap doesn't stop you from being able to build the building block pieces to a team.
That's fair.
You don't.
That's fair.
They haven't drafted a true middle linebacker. They haven't drafted any defensive tackles. They haven't drafted a true free safety. They haven't put anything in the interior of the defense. Listen, I ain't no football player, but physical combat sport is physical combat sport. Whether you playing in a team environment or you playing in a one-on-one situation. I boxed for several years. As a fighter, if you can't protect yourself against an uppercut or a body shot, you get knocked out.
So let me ask you this
We are
then.
taking uppercuts and body shots.
So let me ask you this then, right? Let's just take a look at the last 10 years or so. And let's take Taco Charlton out of the situation, because most teams get it wrong 5 times in a decade. We only got it wrong once in the past 10 years. What position would you rather not have drafted in order to draft defensive tackle? I don't think that we necessarily been neglecting defensive tackle. I think what the Joneses do is they just kind of let picks come to them. And offensive, like Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick, Zach Martin just came to them. Zeke came to them. Byron Jones at the end of the first round just came to them. Like, we just don't have D tackles come to us like that, you know?
I agree, but there have been several years.
Actually,
I
think I got an answer for that. I think I got an answer for that. I do feel what you're saying, and we do draft D tackle in round 2 and 3. But how many times are we in a situation where we're so terrible that we have first, like top 5 picks, right? Because for the most part, when D tackles go first round, they're normally top 5 guys because they're really, really good, and that's a premium, you know what I'm saying, spot or whatever, right? We're never really in situations in top 5. Like, think about Washington, right? It's not like Washington has this mindset that we're gonna invest everything in defense. Defense just damn fall to them. And they just keep having to draft D-line, and it just ends up that they have the best defensive line, one of the best defensive lines in football. But they don't draft linebackers because linebackers don't fall to them. Okay. I just think it's just unfortunate that we've been 8-8 so long, and going 8-8, we just get offensive linemen and running backs. And Van Der Esch.
So I hear you, but tell me something. Mm-hmm. When was the last second? Well, okay, I'll give you. We got a D tackle with what's his name in the second round year before last.
Tristan Hill.
Young boy that's hurt.
Tristan Hill.
Who was the last D tackle we drafted in the top 3 rounds before him?
So Neville Gallimore was just last year. Tristan Hill was that, and D tackle. I mean, like Tyrone Crawford, maybe I want to say.
Right. Well, Tyrone Crawford ain't really a tackle. He on the end most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, legitimate tackle.
He was a 3-tech that we moved to end. But I feel what you're saying. Sure, go ahead.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, we haven't drafted a D tackle that was a starting D tackle that had some impact.
Oh, pardon me. 2016, Malik Collins as well. Malik Collins was a 3rd round pick as well. Pardon me. I apologize. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
But I feel what you're saying though. But listen.
Jay Ratliff.
No, listen. We not disagreeing, because one of the points I was making on one of my draft streams the other day was the Cowboys. I don't want us to draft offensive line with this top pick. I want us to get D-line help. I want us to take one of these picks and invest it in D-line, because we never do. So I'm not disagreeing with you there. I just think it's just been circumstances to where we just don't have opportunities to draft top D-linemen like that.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, though, Panay Sewell there, we better grab him.
Yeah, he nice. We'll see what happens.
Yes, he is. Now, I don't know about these D tackles. I don't know about Marvin Wilson. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that boy from Alabama.
Sure.
I like the big boy from LSU, Big Sevel or whatever his name is. But, man, we got to put resources into it. And I blame Jerry Jones for that.
Yeah.
Because he ain't never done it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the Joneses don't pull the trigger on those moves. We haven't had a safety since Darren Woodson, and we haven't had deep tackle play since Jay Ratliff. And we got lucky with Jay Ratliff with a 7th round pick. Come on, man. These dudes letting us take body shots.
We was about to take Derwin James, but we won too many games, and he went 1 pick before us.
Right.
Sad story.
But that would have been a situation where he fell into us. And that's that's a problem with the general manager. You got to make moves.
Now, see, so watch this. Let me ask you a question. Would you spend a 3rd round pick to move up from Van Der Esch to Derwin James?
I would have.
This is my problem. That 3rd round pick is Michael Gallup. But listen, that 3rd round pick is Michael Gallup. So I would rather have Gallup and Van Der Esch than Derwin James. You see what I'm saying?
But I hear you. But if you want Michael Gallup, you make moves to get Michael Gallup. Because he was there in the 3rd round. Even if you got to broker your 2nd round pick the next year for a player you think is worthy of Gallup caliber, you make that happen.
Hold on. Let me look this up now.
Make moves.
Let me look this up now. Wait a minute. Gallup was 2017. Gallup was 2017.
Yeah, and you know what? I want to be. I hope you do a draft setup, because I want to be part of it.
Well, there go your defensive tackle. Then you lose out on your defensive tackle, trying to trade up to get Gallup.
Right, our defensive tackle who ain't. Our defensive tackle who was not worthy of a 2nd round pick.
Tristan was looking good while he was playing. Tristan was the best D lineman we had while he was playing. What makes him not worthy?
South Florida.
He did when his coaches were. Let me ask you a question. What makes Tristan Hill not start worthy? Or what made him not? Because he is now, clearly, but what made him not start worthy? I just want to get an idea of your thinking there. What makes him not start worthy?
I'm not saying that he wasn't start.
You
worthy.
just said it.
I think
you just
he
said it.
wasn't mentally ready.
You ain't saying that. You said, hold on.
No, I said
He
didn't
did
start,
when his coaches been.
which lets you know he had issues.
Tristan was
with
looking.
coaching,
Tristan was looking. Hold
which
on.
Then means
Wait a
to
minute.
me-
I gotta review the tapes. Let me mute you. I gotta review the tapes real fast, Dante. Hold on. Let me review the tapes. Wait a minute.
I'm not saying that.
Let me ask you a question. What makes Tristan Hill not
worthy of a second round? Defensive tackle who ain't a defensive tackle who was not worthy of a second round pick.
You just said he wasn't worthy. Was looking good while he was just playing. said he not
was
worthy.
the
best D lineman we had while he was playing.
Tristan
What makes
didn't
him not
even
worthy?
start
Let
at South Florida.
You just said it. You just said it. Let me get you back on the phone. Let me get you back on the phone, Dante. Yo, Dante, we pulled a five. My bad, Dante.
He
My bad.
wouldn't have went.
My bad, Dante.
He
Go ahead.
wouldn't have went.
Uh-huh.
He wouldn't have been drafted in the second round by anybody else. We made that lunge for him. He would have been around in the third round. We didn't want to risk it. That was too high of a pick to go for him. We could have solidified doing something else. And that's my problem with the general manager as well.
You know what I think it is, Dante? I
don't
don't think you're patient with young defensive tackles. I think the only D tackles that come in year one and tear it up are those first round talent kind of guys. All the other D tackles, because we needed D tackle that year. All the other D tackles, they got to develop a little bit. Tristan Hill had to develop. Now we see Tristan Hill 1 year later, he looks better. He's gonna look even better next year. But if we don't take Tristan Hill and don't develop him, then we'll never have defensive tackles. You see what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree with you.
Okay.
Tristan, I think will pan out.
Sure.
I think that we're going to get more from Neville Gallimore. When was the last time we drafted a 5 technique?
Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory in 2016.
Randy Gregory?
Randy Gregory in 2016.
A 5 technique.
Defensive end?
A big fat boy in the middle.
That's a 3 tech? So a 3 tech?
I mean a 1 tech. I'm sorry, I said a 5, a 1 tech.
Gotcha.
When was the last time we drafted a 1 tech to stop the run?
We don't normally draft 1 techs.
Right. In the game of football, and you know the game of football as well as anybody I've ever heard.
Okay, appreciate
I chime in to listen to you. How you gonna not have somebody on your team continuously to stop the run? It's football. That's a general manager issue.
So who?
And you can't tell me Will McClay ain't tried to make that call.
So
Jerry don't do it.
I just think the main disconnect here is that you think there are more good 1 techs than there really are. There aren't a lot of good 1 techs in the league, and I don't want to overdraft a 1 tech simply because he's a 1 tech. You see what I'm saying?
We overdrafted a 3 tech simply because he's a 3 tech.
We didn't overdraft him. We drafted him appropriately. I gotta get your body here, Dante. This call going on long, but I think I don't. If anything, I'm not giving Cowboys grief for how we drafted. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we may have issues with evaluating coaches. We may have issues evaluating like the actual NFL players that we scout and try to trade for, like the whole Griffin and Poe thing. We may have problems there, but I don't think drafting is a big problem with us. But Dante, this was a great call, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Hey, we got problems figuring out how to play Jalen Smith. So obviously we got problems with coaching.
I'm hanging the phone up, Dante. Quit trying to jump back in. I'm trying to hang the phone up. Oh, man. DMV up next. James, J.R. James up next. On deck, pardon me. Then Collins in the hole. We're going to get DMV up here. What's up, DMV?
Hey, what's going on, Voch? How you doing?
Cool, my guy. What you got for the show?
Time out.
It was. Let me just pause real fast. I see some tomfoolery in my chat real fast. I need y'all to relax with this whole Neville Gallimore look better than Tristan Hill shit. Like, Neville Gallimore made 2 plays today. Chill. Neville Gallimore made 2. Y'all make me sick. Neville Gallimore made 2 plays. Now he better than Tristan Hill. Y'all make me sick. My bad. DMV. Go ahead, my guy. Tristan
Oh,
Hill was
man.
your best. Tristan Hill was your best defensive lineman before he got hurt. Now Galmore look better. I don't. Go ahead, DMV. My fault, bro. My bad.
That is true. And it does. It does take just D linemen, period, ends and D tackles a little while to develop in the league.
Sure.
Shit, it took Lawrence a while to develop in the league.
Mhm.
But I definitely did like the defense today. I thought they played a lot better. I felt like we blitzed a little bit more.
Okay.
I felt like also, man, that man Gregory was in that, but he was harassing whoever's on that left tackle. He was harassing the hell out of that dude. They was holding that man like crazy.
Yeah.
So like I did have like a comment. One of your callers, they kept asking, why do we play so far back off of these receivers when it's short distance? Because your corners, other than Trayvon Diggs, don't get their head around to look to figure out where the ball is.
That's fair.
And typically they cause penalties. So if it's third and like 4, and you're sending the blitz and you playing man, you can get like the team can get like 10 yards down the field off a penalty because you got Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, and Cheeto does it as well, where they don't get their head around, then they end up catching the penalty. That's what happens. So you typically want them looking at the quarterback, so that it's kind of like them cheating. They're staring down the quarterback, and sometimes we get burnt by it, like we got burnt today. Like I think it was Anthony Brown got caught looking in the backfield.
Yeah.
When he had cover 3, which I don't. That's not coaching, bro. Like if I'm a coach and I got a feeling they're gonna take a shot to the end zone, and I call cover 3. Yeah. And a guy runs right past my corner, because he's staring in the backfield. Brother, you just garbage. Like cover 3 is cover 3, cover 2 is cover 2.
Yeah.
Like you in any defensive scheme. The only things that change and I don't think a lot of people know this about defenses. The only things that change for the DBs really is when you see a DB blitzing or when a DB is in the coverage. Everything up front, the front 7 is what changes with linebacker, with their position, what their responsibilities are. For DBs, if you got cover 3 is cover 3. That's just what it is. You got zone blitzes, and then you have your corner blitzes. But that's not Mike's fault for guys. Even in prior games to this, like safety play has been like horrible. Like just man, and I know a lot. I know what's his name? Foot says it about Xavier Woods. He's getting caught up in a lot of mess, man. Like just he tries to like be so close to the line of scrimmage, or just he's looking. He wants to see what's going to happen and try to play hero ball, and when he tries to play that hero ball, he's not playing. He's basically blowing coverages because guys are getting behind your linebackers where your safety is supposed to be, and he's gone. He's too close up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I do like what I saw in our tight end with Schultz this year. I feel like if he can be able to get the ball a little bit more, he could be able to develop into a really good tight end. I don't think we need to draft tight end.
Sure.
But my question to you is, like if we were, because I do believe we're going to be in that top 3. If we're gonna be picking that top 3, I am a fan of trading down. If we go 1, 2, and 3, because we have really been winners in the draft. What positions would you go? First round, second round, and third round.
First round is always gonna be BPA, man. Regardless of whatever it is, I think Cowboys fans learned a valuable lesson. They didn't want to go BPA this year, but even though you didn't need CeeDee Lamb as bad as you needed everything else, like Kayvon Chason is terrible in Jacksonville. So just don't reach for position just because you need it. Just take the better player. So best player available in the first round. Hopefully we could trade out of that early pick to get more picks later, and we'll draft more in the middle of the round. Maybe in the middle it'll give you more options, but. And as far as the second, third, and fourth, you can kind of take your pick on the best of whatever need that you're trying to fix or whatever. And I think those those needs are cornerback, defensive tackle, twice maybe. And maybe offensive line, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to draft offensive line every year. So if you don't draft offensive line in the first round, maybe get one in the fourth, you know. If you go D tackle in the first round, get another D tackle later, O line, cornerback. You see what I'm saying? So that's my list as of now. Linebackers in play if the best player on the board is a linebacker. It just depends. But I'm not drafting linebacker in day 2 or day 3.
Yeah. You think Lee's coming back?
I hope Sean Lee come back. Sean,
or you just run it. Run a nickel.
Well, see, this is my thing. I'm about ready to push Jalen Smith off a bridge. You know what I'm saying? So Jalen's gonna be around, but if it's a situation where we can get away from Jalen in 2022, then let's just draft a linebacker, play him sometimes, put him behind Jalen when it's time for him to play. He emerges when we get rid of Jalen. You see what I'm saying? So, just because you draft a rookie doesn't mean that they have to play day one. You know?
Yeah, my only thing about Jalen is that he sometimes he takes too long to read it instead of just going. I used to play semi-pro, and I used to play middle linebacker in semi-pro. And one thing my coach he would always tell me is that it doesn't matter, like if you're 100% right, just go. You can guess and make a play, run into a play.
Sure.
Just go. A lot of the times, and I watched him today, and I don't want to be overly critical on him, but a lot of the times I was watching, and a lot of times in previous games I was watching him, and a lot of the tackles either come to him or he just shoots. He just waits, and then he's almost blocked, and then he tries to shoot a gap.
And who is this now? You talking about Jalen? Jalen?
Yeah, this is Jalen Smith.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
And yeah, this Jalen. And when he does that, when he just waits, and then you got your center or your guard is almost like a couple steps in front of him to make the block. He's not the type of player that is just fighting through traffic to blow the play up.
Yeah.
Like you'll see like a 5-yard gain, and that running back didn't even get touched before passing Jalen's face.
Okay.
So I don't like that about him. I don't like that about Jalen Smith. But I do like the fact that he does feel a need, because when we look at who's behind him, Francis Bernard.
Sure.
I don't know if Francis Bernard is ready to be our middle linebacker calling the plays. I really don't know if he's ready for that.
We'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of young guys. I think regardless, Van Der Esch is probably gonna be here, but Jalen is definitely fighting for his job right now. But hey, DMV, great call, man.
Yeah.
Great call, though, man. Appreciate you.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Cade in the chat box, and I'm only calling this out because I think it should be said. You know what I mean? Sometimes the best way to put people up on your thought processes is just, put it all out in the open so, we can, y'all can hear me and not just see me type it out. He was, let me just be fair to him, right? He was saying something along the lines of, and I can find his comments because I can find mine in here because I was very much, I was very much active in this chat box here. Cade was basically making the point of Neville Gallimore being better than Tristan Hill. Tristan Hill kind of being whatever he was, and the reasoning was, well, Voch, you see Neville Gallimore playing now. Tristan Hill didn't play his rookie year. Well, if you think about the situation that Tristan Hill was put in, it's a totally different situation than Neville is in. If you think about Tristan Hill, he was drafted as a rookie. The guys in front of Tristan Hill were all guys that had starts in the league. So guys like Malik Collins, you know what I'm saying? Guys like Kerry Hyder was around. And then in the middle/end of the season, we just add Michael Bennett. And all those dudes were available. And if you're a young 19-year-old defensive tackle, you're not starting over those dudes. So Neville Gallimore, who was inactive just like Tristan Hill, right? Neville Gallimore was inactive because he was behind Tristan Hill, Tyrone Crawford, He was behind Dante, if you want to count him in the one-tech rotation, which I do. And he was behind Gerald McCoy. Cool. So, Voch, why does Neville Gallimore get snaps his rookie year and Tristan Hill didn't get snaps his rookie year? Bennett didn't get hurt. Hyder didn't get hurt. Collins didn't get hurt. The people that got hurt was Antoine Woods. So then Tristan became active and he had to play a position that didn't fit him. But when Antoine Woods got back healthy again, Tristan went right back to being inactive. Not that Tristan was bad. We just had guys to play in front of him. Neville Gallimore's playing. Oh, I wonder why Neville Gallimore's playing. Okay, because Gerald McCoy is hurt. Tristan Hill is hurt. Dante Poe is gone. And you really ain't got nobody else to rotate one tech with Antoine. And you ain't really got nobody rotating three tech with Crawford. Neville gotta play. Neville ain't playing because he's been some monster at practice beating the hell out of everybody. He only made 2 good plays today. Now, I give him credit for making those 2 plays because he made them. But let's not act like he's a superstar around here because he made 2 plays today. Where was he the other 40-some-odd plays he was playing? And I don't even want to do that to Neville because I love Neville. I want Neville to be great. But we just have this idea, this misconception about how players in the league works. We just have a misconception. It's just a misconception. I love Neville, but him and Tristan Hill are very similar. They're similar players. I can go find you good film on Tristan Hill from last year, just like there's some good film on Neville right now. I can find it. But the two aren't the same. The situations are different. Neville is pushed into a situation. Hill was behind guys that have starts in the league already. It's different. I think Neville's older than Tristan too. Neville's a Senior Bowl guy. Tristan came out early. I think Neville's older than Tristan. So whatever. Hey man, look, this is incredibly unfair, but I gotta put y'all on clock game because the first few calls they ran pretty long, man. And you know I was being patient. You know, I was letting everybody get their points off or whatever. But you know, we got to cut clock game on at some point. And to be fair, it ain't like I cut clock game on early. So you know, if y'all don't want to be a victim of clock game, y'all should turn y'all notifications on and be at the show quicker. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to put 70 seconds on the clock. Y'all know how clock game works. 8 people on the phones.
The conference has been locked.
We gonna do it just like that. And James up next. Colin on deck. Then we got a bunch of numbers I don't recognize we're gonna get into. 804 is gonna be the first one. Day in the hole. And we'll see if they can earn some platinum privileges. Oh, well, let us see if these platinum people can earn some privileges. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't got to wait so damn long. Let's see what we're talking about. James, what's happening, man?
Voch, what's going on? Can you hear me? I'm in the car. You hear me good?
I hear you very well, sir.
Word, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, AT&T. Shout out real quick. If y'all been chilling, if y'all been tuning in this long, man, please go and hit that like, subscribe, and comment. Get the YouTube algorithm going up because right now, if you're talking about pure commentator analysis, with accuracy, with unbiased, this is where it's at right here. You know what I'm saying? There's some other people that I support as well, but I definitely need you guys to do that, you know. So in short, in saying that, I'm convinced, just listening from callers and other people sharing their beef, a lot of people don't understand the nuances of the NFL. You know, when you're talking about why they didn't draft this person and why they didn't draft that person, you know, the reason why is because there are nuances that go on. For example, you know, if you get somebody that's hurt in the NFL, you know, and the draft is coming up, you're going to probably draft according to that need. If you got contract issues coming, like with a Byron Jones,
and you know you're not going to be able to meet that contract, or you ain't willing to pay that money, that big money to that player, you're not going to have to replace that player. And that's going to be a boost of priority on your draft board. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of nuances that go in when we look at, man, why they didn't do this, or why they do that, why they passed on Watt. Well, they fumbled the ball on Watt. I ain't going to even lie. I ain't even hold you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's nuances to it. It's nuances to it. I need everyone to understand that hindsight is 20/20. And when you're going into a season, when you're going and you're looking at players, there are tons of busts, tons of them.
Sure.
See what I'm saying? And because of that, we can't just, oh my God, it's this player and it's that player. We can't be 100% sold on. You see what I'm talking about? So that's the part that I want to talk about with that draft. People, let's wake up. Let's be cognizant of the nuances that go into the draft. You see what I'm saying? You know, it's a whole team. It's not just a draft. It's a team, it's performance, it's contracts, it's salary cap, it's all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? Dudes retiring on you, you know. So let's account for the nuances. I think I got like 30 seconds left. I want to hit today.
Go ahead.
Two games in a row. What have we seen? Effort.
Yeah.
I don't care about who was out there on the field. A lot of people been talking about Jalen Smith and this and that, you know what I'm saying? Last week, I commented on it. If you don't got good interior D-line play that can soak up them guards and stuff them guards and keep them from getting to the second level, you can have, and somebody said about Ray Lewis, you can have Ray Lewis out there. He going to look like trash because Ray Lewis ain't built to be ducking and dodging 300-pound guards coming at his way trying to open up them inside zone lanes. You see what I'm saying? What happened today? We had better interior D-line play. And I'm going to say this. I didn't see the first quarter of the game, but in the second and third quarter, I didn't see Jalen Smith giving up a lot of plays. We didn't see big runs up the middle. Also, our defensive backs played better. I don't think we had any big plays that I saw given up. Maybe we might have had one in the first quarter or something like that. But there wasn't many big plays that were given up in the secondary. You know, third, everybody needs to start the special teams. Everybody needs to start the special teams. You need to go to Twitter. You need to go and like C.J. Goodwin if he even got a Twitter. You need to go like my boy Rico if he got one. Special teams players stepped up today. And you know why special teams players stepped up today? Because of effort. That's all it takes. Because if you're on the NFL squad, that means you got some type of talent, reason why you're there. The effort, the heart is there. We know we trying to get this top draft pick. We already know that. You know what I'm saying? Because Jerry Jones licking his chops in the background. They Jerry and Steve and all them. But it's entertainment. We want to have an entertaining product out there on the field. And outside of Ben DiNucci last week, it was pretty entertaining. This week, they put the right quarterback in there that can, make it eventful, and that's what we got. But at the end of the day, effort. And effort, all it is I want to. I'm going to go and do it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody can be a superstar in effort, So that's really all I had to say. I appreciate you, Voch. I love you. Oh, one last thing,
man, I let you rock, man. I could have been hitting this clock. I'm lying. I'm bullshitting. I'm bullshitting. I'm playing. I'm bullshitting. Go ahead. I'm bullshitting. Go ahead.
Because this serious.
Yeah.
Everybody in the organization, if I could have y'all prayers, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My wife had an accident. She got hit by a guy who ran a red light. She was pregnant. We had complications with the baby. She's 6 months pregnant. I just left the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, we kind of, the waters got a little rocky for us. You know what I'm saying? So if we can, we have y'all prayers, man. I really appreciate that. Much love, Voch. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. Y'all love football, baby. All right.
Let's get some prayers in there. Prayer hand emojis. Let's do it at night. Let's do it in the morning. Well-being and all that. We're going to put as much positive energy out there as we can. As many great thoughts out there as we can. Everything we can do, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Brother James.
All right, no problem, brother.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. Whenever y'all doing that at night, man, whoever y'all praying to, whatever direction y'all pray at night, however long y'all do it, put one in for Brother James, his wife, you know what I'm saying? All that. Everything. I'm cutting the clock on now, though. It's getting late. And apparently Tom Brady throwing interceptions. I want to see Tom Brady throw interceptions. All right. Colin, what's happening?
What's up, Voch? How you doing, brother?
I hate to get to you so late in the show, man, but you should have had your notifications on, my guy.
Man, it don't matter. Long, I don't mind waiting on the best, biased, non-NFL. I appreciate, what you be doing, my brother.
Appreciate you, my guy. What you got for the show?
Hey, man, I just want to shout out to Antoine Woods and Randy Gregory, because after that, after Juju made that touchdown, because we all knew what he was going to do with that football. He was going to make a TO move, so shout out to them. So that's what I like to see, man. Have a well-established, have a foundation in this team, man. That's all I wanted to see. Effort and foundation and attitude with this team. I don't mind that we lost, especially with a backup quarterback, even though typical, the ref, had to pull that Gamby on Jalen Smith, which I can't even fault on Jalen Smith on that one,
Right.
Because, everybody getting him hell for it, so it's like, what do you want him to do? I mean, you can't, it's not like he can just stop with his own momentum and he's getting pushed back to Big Ben, so he can't stop what he's doing or he'll turn up his knee.
Right.
So, but of course, typical, fashion, the refs, just throwing out flags like it's out of fashion. But
yeah,
that's all I want to see, man. I just want to see an effort, just players actually care, just make it play. That's all I wanted to see. So I ain't want to be on here too long. I just want to see my boys just out there, just give a damn about this football team, this franchise, actually care about this player, that player, athlete, and give accountability to the player next to them. Like, okay, I got your back, brother. I got your back.
Yeah.
And we're gonna lay it on the field and see what happens. And but even though we lost, it was a good game, man. But hey, I'm proud of Garrett. Garrett, showing what he had to do out there. Hey, he made some mistakes, but hey, just gotta live on winning, man. Just keep on rocking, keep on pushing.
Y'all,
So,
you know what? You know what, Kyle? Y'all time management is so interesting. It's so interesting because I actually replayed I actually reset the clock for you because I fooled with you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You the homie. You're like, hey man, I ain't gonna be here too long. I'm just gonna wrap it up. But hey man, good game. Linebacker's gonna linebacker. Running back's gonna running back. Hope that gets better soon. 5 fingers, 5 toes. Hey, you just said.
I do think this. I think this is going to be Xavier Wood last year, to be quite honest with us.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Donovan next year. All right, appreciate it, Kyle.
Yeah.
You know what I think it is, though, y'all? Appreciate it. I think y'all wait on me to cut you off. Like, if y'all know you on clock game, be like, all right, cool. I'm going to jump in fast. I'm going to say my points, but I'm going to just keep going until Voch cut me off. So that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. We'll work on that. We'll do what we got to do. We got 4 callers. We're going to get them in. 804, 805, and 864. All kind of 8s up in here. We're going to boogie. We're going to get it done. 804, what's happening? Who this?
What's going on, Voch? My name's Jamal, bro. First time caller.
What up, Jamal? First time caller. Okay. But, welcome. Go ahead.
Got a couple questions, man. Couple observations I see. All right. 2 callers ago, my man said the defensive backs played better. I don't know what game he was watching. Only 2 of them played better. Lewis, Brown, Woods, they got horrible ball skills.
Yeah.
But Diggs, he good, But my main question is the 3 or 4 plays that we seen Sean Lee on the defense.
Sure.
It seemed like the defense got off the field.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the right place. People was in the right place.
Yep.
Do you honestly think Sean Lee need to split time with Jalen Smith if he's 80 to 90% healthy?
Yeah. Whenever Sean Lee's on the field, Jalen Smith just magically know where to go because Sean Lee started calling shit out. You know what I'm saying? And I think the less that you put on Jalen's plate, the better he is as a player. You know what I mean? It's just that they keep putting him in situations where he has to think and do auxiliary linebacker things when he should just be going forward.
Yeah, that man be clueless, man. But also one more thing. All right, so we all know the refs made some horrible calls. We all seen Mark Cooper got held. They gave Leaton that the unnecessary roughness that was BS, which kept the drive going, and also gave what's his name interception. But how would you rate what's his name Gilbert? How would you rate his performance today, man?
I think he was cool. It's just that, we just been playing with terrible quarterbacks all year. You know what I'm saying? So he looks a little better than them. So we think that he's better than what he is. He was bad, but he was bad. He just wasn't terrible as everybody else was.
Yeah, he made some decent throws. And also, lastly, Terrance still got to go, bro.
Sure.
He almost got him killed, man.
Sure, 100%. Even though I think Terrance Steele, and this may sound funny, relative to his competition, I don't think he did bad relative to his competition.
Yeah.
Like, he's going up against T.J. White and nobody died. I think that's a good day for Terrance Steele. But if you say your name Jamal?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put you down platinum, Jamal, next time you call in. I know it's Jamal calling. Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's a weird thing to say, too, man, because I don't just want to say Terrance Steele played well because he didn't. But in relative to his competition, Terrance ain't do bad. Terrance ain't do bad. 805 up next, 864 on deck, 559 in the hole. It's Boogie. 805, what's up? Who this? Huh? Huh?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Raj? It's Nando.
Mad
you
Dog.
already know me.
Mad Dog.
Yeah, Fernando. Third time caller. Anyways.
Oh, Fernando. Yo, this your fifth phone, man.
Hey, that's how I know you know who I was calling, Big Raj. Hey, anyways, let me get to my points, because I got a couple questions, but let me get my comments out real quick.
You got 70 seconds.
Right,
Go ahead.
Big homie. I pay attention, man. I haven't heard that war chant not one time. Man, can I get a war chant for the defense?
I played it 10 times. I played it 10 times a day. I shut it down.
Hey, I've been on the line for like 90 minutes now.
You ain't hear me play the war chant all day?
On the cool, I've been watching Brave Reeves. I haven't heard it not one time, man.
Why you always drinking when you call? That's why you ain't hear it.
Hey, watch, because, man, you can't hate on me, bro. I do what I do. It is what it is. But anyways, let me get my points out.
All right, go ahead.
Since I didn't get my war chant for the defense, let me let Cowboy Nation know what's up. The boys had
I'm sorry, what'd you
no
say? What was that?
business.
What was that? What'd you say?
I said, since I didn't get my war chant for the defense, let me let Cowboys Nation know what's up.
What you? Damn. Okay.
Defense.
Huh?
No. We had no business. Winning today. Cowboys Nation, all right? And we were in this motherfucker all the way to the end.
I can't.
For everybody hating.
Yeah.
You heard?
Huh?
And you already know what's up, right? We going for the best pick that we can get. Cause
the best what?
If they was really trying to win games,
the best what?
They would have had the best. They would have the best offensive line that they could have had out there since last week, which is Irving, Williams, Dash, Looney or McGovern,
DoorDash,
and Martin at right tackle.
Who getting DoorDash?
And straight up, huh?
You say DoorDash?
Who's that?
I don't know. I can't hear you. Something go. You outside under the tree?
Nah, you tripping, Voch. You know you heard me.
I can't. You said DoorDash was something. You said Irvin Plaza with Serena Williams and DoorDash. I don't know what you're saying.
Nah, man, don't play yourself, man. I said Irving, Williams, Dash, McGovern or Looney.
Biotish. Okay. Biotish. Okay, I got you. Biotish. Okay.
Biotish, badass. We can say Biotish or badass. Badass just to make it, point blank.
You said DoorDash. All right.
But you know what I'm saying, Fox?
I got you. I'm listening.
This coaching staff, look, we're going to give this coaching staff
a pass.
Right.
We do not got our quarterback, Dak Prescott. That's our quarterback. Point blank. Anybody want to say something about that shit? You know, big plus. You know, we can roll up. I'm motherfucking Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Where you
Dallas.
from? Where you from?
I'm staying in Big Dallas, Texas.
Oh man, for now I gotta get you out here. My bad. That's your time, bro. I appreciate it, man. Salute. Call me back.
I already know.
Call me back next week. It's the best post game show at Dallas Cowboy YouTube, dog. I'm telling you. It's the best. It's the best show. The show's the best. I'm sorry. Everybody can fight for number 2. Everybody else can. And I love my cohorts. I love my peers. You gotta have peers, you know what I'm saying? But they can fight for the best play-by-play. They can fight for the best pregame show. They can fight for the best whatever. the best news entity. They can do it. Post-game? What's 2 structures that hold water? Well, damn. All right, cool. We'll get back to the phone. 864 up next, 559 on deck, chat box in the hole. 864, what's up? Who this?
Hey, what's going on, man? My name is Dre, and I'm from South Carolina, man. I'm a rabid Cowboy fan, and I just got 3 things that I want to speak on right quick.
I like rabbits too. Yeah, go ahead.
Earlier today, earlier on your calls, there somebody y'all was talking about the draft. We give Will McClay too much credit. To be honest, man.
Okay.
To be honest, besides Dak, Zeke, LVE, and Gallup, what have we really did in the draft, man? What have we really did in the draft?
You don't like how
talent.
You don't like how we drafted this year?
I don't. I really would have. I really think we could have saved money and we could have found a slot receiver. I really thought that Patrick Quinn would have made a better fit. Patrick Quinn, the linebacker with the Ravens. Look how he's coming along, man. The kid from LSU. He could have easily been there and helped us out when LVE was out. We had to rely on my boy that's from my home state, South Carolina, Joe Thomas. I like him, but Jalen Smith that's another thing. It's time to move on from Jalen Smith as well. But we could have moved. We could have got Patrick Quinn, the linebacker that is performing well with the Ravens. That does good in space, knows how to. Somebody else said it too. Jalen Smith is a reactive player. We need linebackers that's proactive. Look at Luke Kuechly, man. Luke Kuechly was a proactive. All your great linebackers are proactive players that read the damn play before it gets to where it needs to be at. Jalen Smith looks confused out there, man, and it is frustrating watching him.
So, Dre, what I don't mind you saying is I think we need help at linebacker. I would rather you say that. But let's not pretend like not taking CeeDee Lamb at 17 was going to be a good thing for us. Let's just not act like that's a thing. You know what I mean? Let's I think when you in situations like that, you clearly take the best player. I think taking the best player, Patrick Queen could help us, but Grant Delpit could help us. Xavier McKinney could help us. There are plenty of guys that could help us. AJ Epinesa. But you got to take the best guy. CeeDee Lamb was the best guy. And if we would have taken anybody but him, then we would have lost points in the draft. Saying that we're not drafting well, I mean, Tyler Biadasz in the 4th round is incredible. Trevon Diggs, who is better than a lot of the corners that were taken in the 1st round, is a really good pick. I think we really hit on a lot of 2nd and 3rd round guys as well. Considering where we drafting them at. Neville Gallimore was a 3rd round guy that came in and played for you. Tristan Hill's a 2nd round guy that was one of the best players on your team right now. So I don't really want to say that we're doing bad. Dorrance Armstrong is doing great things. He was drafted in the 4th. Cedric Wilson was a 5th round pick. Noah Brown was a 7th. So I'm not ready to say that we draft bad. It's especially where teams like Green Bay get their whole draft wrong. I'm not ready to say that.
Okay, I respect what you're saying, but come on, let's be honest. We give Will McClay too much credit, man.
That motherfucker nice.
We get all these guys you name are guys that have had to work in, that have not started off the ground to contribute, but like a LVE on defense. All these guys are guys that have worked in. You mean to tell me none of these guys can beat out Tyrone Crawford right now on the defensive line that ain't doing nothing?
Well, it's kind of hard for 19, 20-year-old D lineman to come in the league and play over somebody that's been there for 5 or 6 years. But Tristan Hill is a young guy that you drafted in the second that started over Tyrone Crawford, and he started over some other guys. Just that we hurt right now. We just hurting, you know. And it's not necessarily like how we don't expect the 5th round pick to come in and play day one. Van Der Esch played day one because we needed help at linebacker and he's good. CeeDee Lamb played day one because we needed help at wide receiver. He was a 1st round pick and he's good. For the most part, when we draft 1st round guys, they do play immediately. But we don't just fit guys in because they're a 5th round pick and they're a rookie and they should be playing. Also, too, I forgot about a whole nother, like Michael Gallup is a 3rd round pick that's playing well for us too. Dak is a 4th round guy. So yeah.
And I mentioned it. Those are the guys I mentioned.
Okay.
But look at come on, man. Let's look at other teams. Like our 1st round picks, they longevity on our team is 3 to 4 years.
I disagree.
Look at Bruce. Let's go back to Bruce Carter, Bobby Carpenter.
They would
look at all those guys.
That was a decade ago. But Tyron Smith been here. Travis was here, then he retired. Leo's not a 1st round pick. Zeke's been playing. CeeDee Lamb's probably gonna be here. Van Der Esch is gonna be playing. The Byron Jones played for 5 years. We just didn't re-sign him because we had to sign some other guys. The only 1st round pick that we didn't keep is Taco Charlton. Well, the only 1st round pick that didn't work out was Taco Charlton, and we couldn't keep Byron because we couldn't pay him. But for the most part, like our 1st round picks been. Dez Bryant was here for a long time. So where you getting that from?
Okay, look at the limit. All them you named.
Sure.
There was about 10 people you could have named on your hand right there. But let's look at Taco Charlton. Look what Stephen Jones said this week in the interview.
That's one. That's 1 out of 10. That's 1 out of 10.
I wish I would have with T.J. Watt.
Sure.
Like he had to talk his daddy out of getting Johnny Manziel.
And he didn't.
We didn't get him.
And we didn't get him. We got Zach Martin. And Zach Martin is great. And he played immediately. And he's been here for a while. He's going to be here for a while. Sure.
Right, but if Stephen Jones didn't talk his daddy out of it, we talking about Johnny Manziel.
But we don't have to talk about Johnny Manziel because we didn't have Johnny Manziel. We never drafted Johnny Manziel.
True. I'm just trying to say it's frustrating for us to be.
We didn't draft Johnny Manziel because Will McClay is there. Will McClay was also one of the people talking about let's take Zach Martin. I'm not with you. I'm not with Dre. I'm trying to be with you, Dre. I'm trying to be with you, Dre.
Okay. Check this out.
Okay.
Look who told Jerry to draft CeeDee Lamb. They had his mindset on the defender. It was his freaking grandson that told him to go ahead and draft Lamb.
If you think Jerry Jones if you think Jerry Jones's grandson was the deciding factor in drafting CeeDee Lamb, I just kind of want you to get off that train of thought. I don't want to say mean things, but just get off that train of thought, sir. There was a consensus in that room. I'm not listening to what the hell Jerry say because Jerry say Terrance Steele is a good starter. That's giving us the PR answer. The real answer is there's a consensus in that room that CeeDee Lamb was the pick. And what they do is they had these scouts, including Will McClay, and they dressed that board. And CeeDee Lamb was sitting at the top of that board for 17 picks. And when we got to 17, it was overwhelming where CeeDee Lamb was. He was he was a top 5 player for them. They said that. They said that about CeeDee Lamb. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a top 5 player and you're on the board at 17, and I look over to my grandson and say, what you think? If the grandson would have said Chase son, we wouldn't have drafted Chase son. Hell nah. Now, if everybody wanted to draft CeeDee Lamb and the grandson say, hey, granddad, we should draft CeeDee Lamb, then fine. That's a cute little moment. But we was drafting CeeDee Lamb anyway. But what if the kid would have said to take damn Jalen Reagor? Would we take Jalen Reagor? No, because CeeDee Lamb was sitting at the board since pick number 5.
And I'm telling you, we could have worked out somebody at that slot position, and we could have addressed real needs, man.
You want to take the linebacker that wasn't taken till the 20s. to take the receiver that should have come off the board at 8 at 17. That's what you're saying. Just because you want.
Real. The only reason we got Lamb is because we didn't want Philly to get him.
We got Lamb because he was the best player on the board at 17. He was overwhelmingly the best player on the board at 17.
Okay. I'm just, I'm a Cowboy fan, and I'm just a little frustrated.
Of course.
I'm so frustrated with them always interviewing Jalen Smith, and he talking about we got to do this. We know you got to do some stuff better, brother.
Sure. And
frustrating.
And you know what? I kind of agree with you. I would rather you say, "Hey man, I'm tired of Jalen Smith. I wish we would draft linebackers somewhere." I wish you would say that. And to be fair, we'll probably be in position to draft linebacker this year. But let's not put Will McClay at fault, and let's not say Jerry Jones' grandson was the reason we drafted CeeDee Lamb, and let's not say that we're bad drafting. I think that's irresponsible.
Okay. Last thing, man, I want to say. How about them Notre Dame Fighting Irish, man?
Trevor Lawrence would have smoked.
Go. Hey, no, he wouldn't have. Go Irish.
All right, I got to get you up out of here.
Alabama, man.
I definitely got to get you up out of here on that. Hey, appreciate you, man. Thanks for the call. Salute. Y'all ain't gonna take no years off my life. You understand me? Y'all not gonna take no years off my life. You hear me? What I say? My boy said. What my boy say? He say Jerry Jones' grandson the reason we. I'd be mad as hell. Look, I'd be mad as hell. Like, even if we got CeeDee Lamb, but that was the reason why, I'd be pissed off because we didn't draft it for the right reason. We drafted him because the grandson said so. I'd be mad. I'd be pissed off. 559 up next. Chat box on deck. Then we're gonna go to bed. 559. What's up?
Hey, Voch. Man, I don't know how to feel right now about this season. I looked at the rest of the schedule, and the way we played tonight, I don't think we lose the rest of our games. I think we split because they came out to compete tonight.
Sure.
And what's the backup plan? What's the backup plan if we don't get that Lawrence trade plan going?
Like if we the 5th overall team or something?
If we're like the 5th through 10th.
Then we just take the best player available.
I think I really wanted that Lawrence pick because I think the Colts or the Patriots they're gonna sell their soul for that pick.
I agree. Colts, Patriots, 49ers, Bears. I think they're all in play to sell their soul to move up and get a quarterback. I agree. And then to be fair, I don't even think that it's just Lawrence. I think it could be Justin. It could be Trey. It could be Zach. I think we just got 4 really good quarterbacks this year. Not like the Rosen, Allen, Darnold year. Like I think we got 4 really good guys that's back to back like that.
What do you kind of sold me on that Penei Sewell guy, but
sure.
Do you think that's what we should do? Because I think Dak needs a little more time. I don't like how he plays when he's panicking.
Dak is really good when the offensive line is bad. I'll give him credit for that. Dak still put points up with Terrance Steele being terrible. Now, Terrance Steele is not going to exist anymore because La'el Collins is going to be there and Brandon Knight's going to be your backup. So we can live with that. Dak can navigate with a bad offensive line, and I don't even think Connor's terrible. I just think Connor's just regular bad. But Dak can't win games with the defense being terrible, so I would rather draft defense. But if we had to draft Penei Sewell, then I'll just be happy taking Penei Sewell, put him at guard for the first couple years until Tyron Smith, decides to tap out, then put Sewell at left tackle.
All right, that's all I got.
Let me ask you a question before you go, because you got like 30 more seconds. You ever shot dice in the bathroom?
I have.
Oh, shit, I was about to set you up. Wait a minute, I'm about to set you up. What happened? Tell me about you shooting dice in the bathroom, my guy. Talk to me.
Oh, yeah. To this day, I still don't know if I won that game because I picked them up so fast, and that's what I'm hoping we could do in the draft. We just hustle somebody.
You shot dice.
What
Okay.
want?
So when you shot dice, so like how many people was in the game? Was it a hostile environment? Was it gangsters there? Like what was it like when you were shooting dice in the bathroom?
It was friendly. I just kind of.
Hey yo, man, I gotta let you go, man. My bad, man. I appreciate you, man. I gotta get you up out of here, man. That's your time, man. I appreciate it, man. I gotta get you. My bad. Salute, peace. Y'all know we gotta get one in before we leave. Y'all know we gotta get one. Y'all come on, man. Y'all know we gotta get one in. Y'all gotta get one in, my guy. Now, my neck hurt, man. I've been doing this computer thing for a little bit. Chat box. Now is your time. For whatever reason, a lot of you may not have been able to call in. He got robbed in the bathroom. For whatever reason, you guys may not have been able to call in. You may have talked up all your anytime minutes, anytime. Your Obama phone battery may have gone out. You may be in, Sao Paulo, Brazil, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. You land next to somebody, you don't want to wake them up. For whatever reason, you can't call in. Now is your time to talk back to the show. Chat box, what are your questions? If you have them, if not, I'm just gonna go lay down somewhere and I'll just go lay down somewhere if y'all ain't got nothing to say. But what y'all got? What y'all got for the show? Chat box, what you got? What you got? What you got? What you got? Shouts out to the people that's been on my Patreon checking out the live draft film sessions already. We've broken down Panay Sewell, Greg Russo, and these are long film sessions, like an hour 30-minute long film sessions. We've done Panay Sewell, Greg Russo. We've done Michael Parsons, Patrick Surtain Jr., Carlos Basham. So go check those out. We're gonna be doing some more this year. Bro, you never told us any of your dice in the bathroom. So I've gotten robbed in the bathroom. I've got into a fight in the bathroom over dice games. I learned how trick dice work. Yeah, man, it was. I learned how to shoot dice in middle school or whatever, and it was a real cool thing. Everybody had their own dice or whatever. They brought their own dice to the dice game, man. You just kind of you'll have your kids be gambling their lunch money on dice games or Uno games or domino games. I wasn't a domino guy. I was definitely Uno guy back then. I'm domino guy right now, but at the time I wasn't that guy. But yeah, man. The kids that wasn't in the school, and this is middle school. The kids that wasn't at school will come in from the outside, smoke Newports in the bathroom, and just come shoot dice at school. Like that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? No exciting stories, but it is what it is. Can we make a Super Bowl run next year? Indubitably. Trade down, draft Surtain and a stud defensive tackle if they're there. What if we run the table? If Dak was playing, we could, but he's not. So, what do you attribute the drops and fumbles by Zeke this year to? Sleeves. Better prospects, Surtain or Diggs? I don't know. Give me a little time on that. I mean, it's hard to evaluate players cross draft like that. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. If BPA is a lineman, how would you lean? Take the lineman. It sucks, but you gotta take him. I know that name, but too soon. I ain't got him out yet. The only way to so I do votes over on Patreon or whatever. So if you're a member of Patreon, go over there, and that's where we vote on the film that comes out. So if you want your voice to be heard, we need to take Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Georgia. So go over to Patreon and vote so we can get this thing popping, so we can know what prospects to watch next. Good show, Voch. Y'all be good. Please unlock my other account. It's all love. Y'all stay safe. I'm out. Get well, Dak. I don't know your other account, my guy. I don't know who. I don't block nobody. now, if my admin shot at you, then they was shooting at you. But I ain't blocking nobody. I ain't blocking so. They're both good. Diggs is gonna be a Pro Bowler eventually. Sure. Is Tony Pollard a little better than Zeke or a lot better? I don't know. Can you do a film session on the corner from Virginia Tech? I'm gonna do a film session on everybody at some point. That's a lie. Pardon me. I'm gonna do film sessions on like the top 50 guys, and maybe a few more. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Voch, how you really go for 3 hours straight tonight, player? Shouts out to you. To be honest with you, I just enjoy talking to y'all so much. I don't know I'd be on here for 3 hours. It just feel like I'm doing a show and I'm talking to my people. And I know I'd be on here for a long time because my eyes start hurting and shit. Because I be looking at this. I look at nothing but the screen. So I know I've been on here for a long time. I just never look at the time. I'm just on here enjoying my people, man. And yeah, it's about a 3 hour straight. We just out here, man. I enjoy y'all. Let me address my super chats before we move on. Pardon me. Where's my super chats? Yes, once dropped the deuce in the super chat. It says if Biotish was there, I think Connor would be better. Agreed. Cornelius dropped $120 in the damn chat, man. We got a big salute on him. And Christian dropped yeah. Shouts out to Christian too. We addressed all these, so good shit. What else? What about Dylan Moses, linebacker from Alabama? Go vote and we'll watch him. Go vote in the Patreon and we'll watch him. TP can't block like Zeke. Sure, but we'll see. Just want to let you know Devontae Adams carrying my fantasy team. I'm actually doing well in all my fantasy teams. In my 2 money leagues, I'm smoking Joe Rod currently. I think I'm smoking Joe Rod last I checked in the Cowboys fantasy football league or whatever. And my other leagues, they kind of getting at me, but like if there's a prize involved in the league, whether it be bragging rights or money that I'm trying to win or whatever, yeah, we be busting ass in them leagues, man. We'll bust ass in them leagues, but in terms of just whatever, yeah, I'm busting ass. I'm doing great in fantasy football this year, and that's great. If Dylan Moses is there later, then I'm kicking Jalen off a bridge. I got to watch Dylan Moses. If McGovern was in, I think the line would be better. Of course it would. Salute, brother. We appreciate it. Salute you, my guy. 2 more and we gonna boogie. Well, 2 more and we're gonna get up out of here. 2 more and then we gonna get up out of here. Do you think we should keep Joe Looney or Cam Irving? No. Would you trade Zeke in fantasy right now? All my trade deadline's over with, but I would have got rid of Zeke when Dak left. When 4 left, that's when I would have got rid of Zeke. But you know how that go. How's Law Nation fantasy? Law Nation is in he's in the playoff run. Law Nation's in the damn play. Okay, I can read it out right now. The league is currently Voch. Okay, so in the East, Voch is first place at 6-2. Kavanaugh is second place at 5-3. My Cowboys family third place at 4-4. Skywalker Steel is 3-5. Okoye is 3-5, and Shango is 2-6. And then the West side, the Western Conference, Law Nation is first place on his side at 6-2, but he's also tied with Big Game James with 6 at 6-2. Space Cowboy, my boy Cardo, got to check up on Cardo, man. Space Cowboy is 5-3 in third place. Mark Holmes is 4-4. Joe Rod is 3-5 in fifth place, and Foots is last place at 1-7. So yeah. That's just where we at right now. That's currently where we at. So we'll see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Law doing cool. Appreciate the call earlier. Salute my guy. Salute Big Dog. You doing bi-week shows? No. I tell you what, I'm gonna tell you this right now. There's in my schedule, there's a conflict in my schedule. Not even a conflict, but for the Ravens game, there will not be a post-game show for the Ravens game. So I'm just gonna prepare y'all for that. Will I do something for bye week? I'll probably do a long draft show for bye week. We'll do a Cowboys draft show for bye week. That's what we'll do. We've been live for 3 hours. That's how we do, man. That's how we do, Playboy. One more that we gonna boogie. Voch, you felt what I was saying about Will McClay, but you just didn't want to agree in public. That's hilarious. Dre, that's funny. Dre, that's incredibly funny. Nah, I don't agree with what you saying. I don't agree with what you said. Appreciate Dalen. Appreciate you. Can't forget how Mark Holmes was talking like a 1994 wrestler during that. We're not gonna talk about that, man. I hope all that shit got worked out. Man. I hope it was some. I just hope it was some apologizing going on. Is all I hope. But that's not my business, though, man. It's not my business. One more question. I'm leaving. It's over. I'm leaving. I'm going. One more question. What y'all got? Did someone on the team date a Kardashian? I don't know, but I appreciate y'all, man. This was cool. This was a fun little show, man. We had eyes on Tankathon all day. That's the last vision of the current draft board as of this week. And we'll do it again next week, man. We're just gonna take this thing one thing at a time. Let me drop the link for my Yahoo show, man. Time out. Let me drop the link for more football, so y'all can go check out. And look, like, y'all ain't gotta watch the show, but just hey, just run over there in the comments and say something nice about say something nice about Voch, man. That's gonna be the new SEAL team mission, right? I'm thinking about reinstalling my SEAL team or whatever, you know what I'm saying, where we just kind of do missions or whatnot. I'm about to redo SEAL team, dog, because SEAL team was great. It was amazing. What I need y'all to do is run over this chat box. Y'all ain't got to stay long. Just run over to that chat box just so the view can go up. Y'all ain't got to do nothing special. Just go over there and say something cool about Voch in the chat box, man. Just say, yo, Voch, great show. Voch, appreciate what you do. Voch, shouts out to Yahoo. Whatever y'all want to say, appreciate. Just hit that link in there. Go over there, say something in the comments, and just dip on out. I might send y'all a shirt or something. I don't know. We'll see. Travis says we have the number 3 pick right now. Tank. Shit, we tanking. You play Madden or 2K? No, I play NCAA 14 and Madden 25. Sometimes I go back to Madden 08 with a combination of NCAA 08, or I go to Madden 04. We go way back. All right? I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. If y'all want to check out any of those films, let me get this off the screen. They trying to get free ads off me, dog. If y'all want to check out any of my draft work I've done so far, it's all over there on Patreon, patreon.com/vochlombardiyt. That link is in the description. We got merch available. Follow me on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI, and be sure to hit that link in the chat box there and go check out my Yahoo work, man, and say some nice things. All right, y'all hold down for the Doski, Woski, the Peasky, Weesky. We're gonna do a day after show tomorrow. I think we're gonna drop some film, some Cowboy film this week, probably some defensive stuff, because we look really good, and I want to take a look at some draft stuff this week. Whatever y'all end up voting for in the draft week, we're gonna do that.